Sup nerds, welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 85. I'm Sean, I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always, and we have a special guest today, Josh.
What's up guys, this week's Omni4Game recap, we go over our locals as always, we go set tier lists, and then we hit your guys' comment questions. If you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let us know if you want to see Josh on this more. We'll catch you next time.
Hello.
Hello. Alright.
Hello there.
First topic, nerd. Locals recap. I don't know who's going first for Trinity. Let me double check.
I mean, technically, wouldn't it be Josh? Didn't you play one round and then dip?
I did.
Well, Tuesday he didn't play around.
Last week I did.
Yeah, we're talking about Tuesday. Yeah, so Josh didn't play. He showed up and then left. Then it's Brandon, actually.
Yeah,
I won Tuesday. I forgot. I was like, how bad did I do?
Yeah, I had a pretty bad night on Tuesday. So I started off the night going 1-2 against Tyrant. Game 1, he saw the Kabuteri, the adventure deck, so he was able to give his Tyrant Alliance. Real bad for me, because I don't have a whole lot of defense, like early gates. And him being able to build that super quick just meant like my security was basically gone before I could do anything. Game 2, I basically Uno reversed him and killed him before he could start properly playing. And then Game 3, I kind of threw the game myself. For some reason I thought I had Togemon in hand. I did not. And when I recycled a piece through my Suna inheritable, I didn't pick up Toga. So if I just pick up the Toga, I just win. Because it lets me Evo chain up and do my shenanigans. But yeah, so I kind of threw that myself. Real bad. Feels bad. Then the next round, I lost 0-2 to Gallant X. Basically, both games I never saw a Tamer. Like, at all. Which is kind of crazy, because I upped the count of Tamers since last week. But both games I had one Tamer. And that was all I ever saw. There was none in security. Nothing. So, I just died. Then round 3 was against Robbie. He was playing Excel. Last time I remember going to have a good game with Robbie. So long, man. Enjoy Hawaii.
Jeez, you make it sound like he died.
I mean, he's leaving our lives, alright?
I mean, he has access to the internet. It's not like he's gone forever. This isn't 1985.
Look at the Digimon.
Yeah, our Pulsemon player is unfortunately leaving us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I basically killed him 2-0 because both games he never saw level 4. So he basically just sat there not playing the game. So that was fun on his end, I guess. And that was my Trinity. Went X2. I was playing Convention.
I'll go next. I was playing Medusamon. Round 1 started off pretty well. I played against Gallant. I ended up winning that 2-1. Long story short, either he killed me or I killed him. We're playing 2 red decks that, do that, so...
I mean, that is how most decks actually work. Fun fact.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There's no attempt for nuance, just aggro versus aggro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm starting to wonder how many things were actually done correctly after what Sean experienced last night. So I go round 2, I play against Sean, who's playing Magna DNA. Quickly realize, my deck is not very good against this at all, against a wall deck. And even if I can establish fast enough, sometimes I'm just not big enough to even start poking at him.
Uh-huh.
He's also a big old baby, and he's playing Gabu Bond. Like, why?
Yeah.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, you tried to get at my security game 1, and I was like, no.
Especially since I cut the level 5 with progress. I don't even play that, so... Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
free.
you got hard punished. You were like, swing with Playodramon for like 3 checks or whatever, and I'm like,
Nah, and I'm like, why are you playing that, dog? Why are you playing that?
because it's good.
So I lost that one real hard, 0-2. That's not the only time I'm gonna lose to Sean really bad this week. And then round 3, played against Dante, who was playing Atmon. No respect for that deck.
Yeah.
None. No respect.
F-
That deck is
Atmon.
dumb. Yeah, that deck is dumb.
So
I
anyway,
don't
he
think it's
lost
very good.
0-2.
I did, mainly because I'm playing a red deck. I wasn't able to see. I was like hard stuck searching. Oh, I lost 2-1. I won
you
a
actually
game.
won the game? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, I don't play. I just don't have. I didn't have enough removal for the guy I'm on, especially if you could stick 2 layers of protection under it. And I just couldn't get Medusa. I think like the max I can get Medusa up in strength is like maybe 18k. Yeah, 18k. And there were turns where his Gaiamon's like 21, 20. So, and it's like a blocker, so it's like if I don't establish the perfect Medusa like super quick and kill him really fast, I just lose if he establishes Gaia. Which is what happened. He must have been playing the most consistent Atmon deck I've ever seen in my life. He'd literally promote and be like, okay, here's Gaiamon. And I'm like, dude, this is turn 3. How?
What you mean by that?
What you mean you got your boss monster? Affuse isn't as good as DNA. It's not a new Digimon. Can't do nothing.
Which is
And he's
really
just like,
weird.
hey, here's all your here's all your security gone. I'm like, all right, cool. I haven't even seen a level 5 or a level 4. I'm just like hard bricked here. So I ended up losing that. Unfortunately, still no respect for that deck. That deck sucks. That's how I did.
He spent the entire course of the week basically saying, "Oh, Atmon suck, Atmon the worst," and then
Now,
all last night, he was talking smack to Dante, like, "Oh,
I
we
wanted
better get that run back. We better get that run back."
I said I'm playing Cross. I'm playing Cross Friday. That deck, our Cross has an excellent matchup into it because I just kill it. It just dies.
You just neg
Like,
DP it. And
Yeah, I'm
swing
like,
and
this
kill
ain't
it.
Yeah, this ain't happening again. Of course, I didn't play him, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that later.
So I played Magnex DNA. I've been tweaking my list since the beginning of the format, trying to figure out how exactly I want to change it for BT21. I finally think I landed on my list for Tuesday. Round 1, I played against Robbie playing Excel. Game 1 was actually kind of rough for me at first, but I managed to land a Medieval Gallantmon versus him, and he was concerned about swinging over it on his turn because if I had Paladin mode, he just gets blown out there, like his guy just runs into me and dies. So he played carefully and did not swing over it. On my next turn, I stuck another Medieval Gallant, and there's no way he's playing through 2 Medieval Gallants in that deck. So won game 1, and then game 2 I just opened up way better, and he didn't, and I won game 2 pretty easily. Round 2 played against Chris playing... What were you playing?
Medusa.
Oh yeah, that's right.
that non match.
I opened up really well versus Chris. I drew a whole bunch of cards, both games.
So many cards.
Were you playing the Hexablaze?
Yes. Yeah, I was playing the Hexablaze.
Medusa has a hard time dealing with that.
He didn't even need it.
I didn't even need it. I just went into Magna, and I was like, all right, your turn.
You're not touching me.
Yeah. Game 1, I won with 5 security. He tried to swing at me once. He was like, I think the game's over anyway, but he swung, and I was like, Gabuban, bot deck both of your Digimon on the field.
My little response is like, why are you playing that?
People were respecting his Magnus, just sitting on the board.
Why you do that?
And then game 2, he actually got me to 0 security. He popped off on me before I was able to stabilize. And on his last turn, I had a Magna X, but I could only block 1 attack. And I checked a scramble out of his security, which gave him a body. So, like, I could block that attack, but I couldn't block if he had any other way to swing at me, since I had 0 security. So I was really nervous because he's playing Omni X. I found out he's also playing a hybrid, and he had a Owen on the field already, the one that lets you end turn attack. So I knew if he also drew the War Greymon, he could just slam it and swing with it.
I needed to see one of 3 cards, either the War Greymon, the Omni X, or the hybrid, because I could have killed you the turn before when I cleared all your security if I just had Omni X.
Yeah.
And then the following turn, all I needed to see was a hybrid or the War Greymon. Spoiler, I didn't see any of those cards.
Yeah, thankfully you never saw any of those cards, but we potentially could have gone. We would have gone to a game 3 if you had seen any of those, but thankfully you didn't. We take those. Then I played against Ben playing Adventure. Game 1, his first check out of security was Ikakumon. Keep in mind,
I remember this.
He's only playing 2 Ikakumons. Game 1, his first check was Ikakumon, and I was like, that's really annoying because he already had a couple tamers set up, and I cleared his board, and he was going to get extra memory just because I checked it out of his security. It also screws my partition if I have a Pyodramon already swinging at him because he strips one of my level 4 sources. I managed to play through that and win. Game 2, I open like the Nutter Butters. I swing at him with an armor, check Ikakumon first check. It strips the Tama and the rookie, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I can play through this. Go into Pyodramon, swing over Ikakumon first, and then swing into security. Second Ikakumon on the next check, and that also screwed my partition, and I couldn't play through that because he once again got access to a bunch of extra memory because he already had tamers on the field, and just put him way too far ahead because once he outed my body, because I don't think I had Magna X at that point, I couldn't protect myself. But game 3, that did not happen. He didn't have any Ikakus in his security, so I won. I wouldn't say easily. That matchup is really awkward for me. Ben thinks it's kind of like an auto loss from his perspective.
Ben was sitting there stressing. He's like, I can't. Ben's like, I can't win against this.
He's like, I can't beat
it. I can't beat this.
He's like, Imperial's still the best deck, and I'm like, this isn't Imperial, Ben. I'm not playing any Imperialdramon.
Is this before or after he put Greymon in?
This is before.
It's before. He messaged me being like, "It's impossible. You can't beat Magna X and Imperialdramon, the stun and the floodgate." And I was like, "Put Greymon in your deck, and then when he plays out the Digimon with start of main from Davis and Ken, you can then ace him."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "It doesn't work that way. You have to do this." And then I was like, "Do it." But Ben always has to see it through for himself before he believes you.
Yeah, no, Greymon is
Taunt is busted.
Taunt is busted. Yeah, it feels very tentative for me. I am never comfortable in that matchup. But for some reason, it feels like he can never win, even though he won game 2. Although he won game 2 because he sacked the piss out of me with double Ikakumon out of his security first 2 checks.
Honestly, I played more of those security Digimon because they're broken.
It was just so funny because I'm literally sitting next to Sean, and Sean's like, "I just hit a second Ikakumon." I look over at him. I said, "I have played out 3 trainings and 2 memory boosts, and I haven't seen a level 5. At least you're playing the game." Sean's like, "I'm not playing the game. I just hit a second Ikakumon." I was like, I am literally just passing turn here.
I said, yeah, but checking that second Ikakumon lost me the game. Yeah. I would rather just not be playing. Like, I'm sure that he's lost because of
lost to the game.
Yeah.
Literally, if you look at my board, I have 3 trainings, 2 memory boosts, and like a tamer.
Yeah, you were like, I did all this just to search more trainings.
Yeah. I'm like, I haven't seen it. I just need a level 5, please. Red decks be damned.
Yeah, so I ended up coming in first, and then on to TBS.
You sound happy about it.
Oh, I mean, it's whatever.
I feel like I end up coming in first, whatever.
Yeah, I came in
deal.
first, whatevs. It happens.
Hey, sometimes locals for you is just another day.
Yeah. Yeah, TBS, guess who gets to go first?
Me again.
That is correct.
I showed up, I traded some stuff, I said bye to Robbie, and I left.
Yep, we all got to sign a BB-Mon for him, thanks to Josh bringing it. And I wrote, Hashtag
Yep.
hashtag Pulse1 sucks on the back, and he was like, I saw it, and I was like, just in case you ever forget, dude, I just want you to be able to remember.
Wait,
that
did you not
deck
write
sucks.
Bulkmon? You put Pulsemon?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put Bulkmon.
I thought about it, but I'd already written the P already, and I was or the PU. I wrote P. I guess I could have made that into a BU.
Yeah, you could have just made that a B.
Okay.
Oh well, it's too late now. Maybe I'll ask him to mail
You're
it to me and I'll
committed.
fix it.
Just scribble it out. There
Yeah.
you go. Get some whiteout on the back of the car.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll go first. I played Cross. I went X2. Round 1, played against Robbie, who was playing Atmon, and I said, yes, let's go. I'm going to absolutely demolish this terrible deck. Is exactly what I did. Yeah, exactly what I did. His Gaiamon can do nothing against Cross 6. Yes, Sean, you're welcome. I stopped saying EX6. Brandon
Thank
convinced
you.
me last night in the car. Cross just sounds cooler, and I'm like, yeah, that does sound cooler. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'll say now.
It's also not
Also,
even called EX6, and you saying that makes me think of the set every single time you say it.
Literally says it on the card. Shoutmon EX6, but Cross 6 sounds cooler.
That's not.
So
Is it E Cross 6?
It's like extra
pretty
cross
sure.
or something.
yeah,
Extra Cross?
That's what I was
Yeah.
told last night. I don't know anything about that season. Extra Cross 6, which is stupid, and
Something
why that
like
season
that.
is probably the worst season because Cross sucks.
so
It's not the
anyways,
worst season. It's close though.
yeah, Atmon is the worst
season's
season.
Atmon, yeah.
Yes,
never even-
Atmon is the worst season.
Never even seen it, but I'm with Josh. Worst season.
I mean, I've never seen either one
so-
of those seasons, but I'll go with y'all.
Yeah,
Well,
after my Rocky Balboa training montage, I brought Cross 6, absolutely demolished his Gaiamon. He could do nothing against it. I could, clear his protection with the wind attacking. It has piercing, it has collision, so like that guy's gone. Like there's nothing he can do. So that was round 1. Not much to say in that. Like if I just see Cross 6, I just win. Especially with the new Taikis. They didn't really come up too much in that matchup, but still just having it's nice. I also played. I cut out the Valder arms and put in the Luminium on.
Minimon.
Yeah, that. Because Ben suggested it. He's like, "Hey, try this out." I was like, "Okay." I didn't really respect that card because I kind of stopped reading it after it just said reveal this and like Adam. But if you actually finish the entire sentence, like I never do, it says play out a tamer for free, which is pretty nice, especially for just a 5 cost. Being able to search cards and play out a tamer is nice, especially since
that's
it's one of the
one of the
few
reasons-
cards.
Blue player was so good because it revealed 5 and played a tamer for free.
Yeah.
I mean, then it
Revealed
everything,
6.
but-
Yeah, revealed
By the
6
way.
cards.
Yeah, it's 6.
Tied for the
the
deepest searcher in the game.
Yes. Another good thing about it was it's one of the few cards in the deck that can actually add your Z Greymon. There's only like a couple cards in the deck, maybe one or two that can actually add the Zeeg. Because like old Taiki can't add the Zeeg because it was before they started to like integrate with the blue flare cards. So that's pretty nice. I'll probably find a way to keep it in. I'd still like to put Valderarm back in just because it's such a good card against like stuff like Royal Knights and stuff.
You can just hard evo it and spit them out when they remove it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that was round 1. Round 2, Brandon paired me down into the worst possible matchup all night that I could have run into. The one deck I was like, I don't want to see this. Sean playing Gallantmon OTK because he only puts 2 decks up on the poll. Never anything new. Why even put it up? This guy.
You do realize I have to like test the decks and make sure like it's a
just
coherent
build it and
list.
bring it. Just
Like
build it
that
and
takes
bring
a
it.
lot of time. That's why there's only ever 2 choices. It's not like I can just be like, all right, I cooked all 5 of these decks this week.
Yeah, I hear these excuses. God.
So it was a close match of like who can OTK the other person
No.
first.
Dude, it was so
No.
close. Incredibly.
He opened
razor thin
absolutely so busted. Anytime I poked at his security, it only helped him because he's playing 8 memory boost, 4 trainings.
No.
So I'm like, I'm hitting. Oh, you're not playing the. Oh, you're not.
boosts, 4 cool boys, 3 scrambles.
Yeah. So anytime I poked at his security, I'm just like, here you go. Here's a training, or not a training, a memory boost.
Free value.
Yeah, here's
part
just
of the point of
helping
the
you.
design of the deck.
Yeah, I know.
Swing with your small guys; they'll die, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So they won't.
Yeah, it was not good.
Experience.
I opened up way too slow against him both games. Like I literally think game 2 he starts laughing. He was like giggling to himself. It was like he knew it was over before the game even started. He's over there giggling to himself. He's like, yeah, he mulliganed, and then he like sees his hand. He's like, oh man, this is great. He's like, he just starts laughing. He like knows it's over. And I'm like, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sick, dude, you lose.
Yeah. So that was round 2. It was ridiculous. I can't believe I got paired down like that. Freaking Brandon.
I appreciated it.
Round 3. And then round 3, Brandon pairs me against himself because he's like, you know what? Why not? And yeah, I hard bricked super hard against him. I never saw cross 6. I saw it once in game 2. But if I just see another one, I just win. Game 1, didn't see one at all, despite searching. So 5 cards for my hand, 5 cards for my security. So 40 cards in deck. Okay. I searched 23 plus cards, never saw cross 6. There were 0 in my security.
That's not including drawing for turn and Evo draws.
Yep. Yes. So I drew and searched over 23 cards, never saw cross 6 once. That card is extremely good against Brandon because it has the board-wide DP neg against Adventure. So really good. Just need to see it. Didn't see it game 1. Saw one game 2, but it wasn't a very good stack. I had to play it for like 3 memory, and I wasn't able to do really much with it. So of course he just answered it his following turn. And then I just never saw another one. If I just see one, I just won because he was at low enough security where I'm just like, I have enough Meteor Rock Souls in my hand. I just kill him. I just win. Like, I have everything set up. I just need to see it.
Is that the unsuspend option? Meteor Rock Soul?
Yeah. Yeah.
You never would have been able to swing that many times. Doesn't matter how many you had.
I think he's saying you were going to get ace or something.
Brandon. I know, Brandon. I'm clearing your whole board. It doesn't matter. You only went into Metal Garu X after it was over.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I had it in my hand the entire time.
Had what? The Metal Garu X?
Yeah, I was constantly ready to double ice wall you.
It wouldn't matter, Brandon. Your whole board would be gone.
Yeah, but you swing once and you lose 4 memory.
No, he only went into that after I had. It's like this game's over.
I was literally already. I had it in hand.
And don't listen to him.
He was waiting for you to be ready, and you were never ready. So he had no.
That's what I'm saying.
Do it.
He had no way to do it. He's talking crack. He's smoking crack. Talking crack.
It's smoking crack.
Yeah. Anyways, so I lost
you
that
talk crap,
0-2.
You smoke crack.
Yeah. Lost that 0-2. Super fun. And then he decided to then pair me against the Time Wizard. Thanks, Brandon. 3 rounds in a row, you were like, you know what? How about we just mess with Chris?
Thankful was orchestrated by his maniacal pairing.
So then he paired me against the Time Wizard, but the Time Wizard decided to leave, but not really leave. He decided to just hang around. And we didn't play, which was fine by me. Instead, I decided to wait for Sean to kill his opponent really quick, because that's what his deck does, and then I just play tested him.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you win any games? Versus Sean?
Yes, I don't won.
Yeah, I think you won game 2 whenever we were playing that second time.
Dub.
I was playing Hunters. I swapped to Hunters at this point, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah,
I went 2-2. I think I would have beaten Jesmon anyways, because his deck is so weird. He has just so many weird random cards in there that, like, I understand what he's trying to do with it, but it's just like there's no consistency to it at all.
It's just
like,
straight Tekken.
None.
It's a hodgepodge.
Yeah, that's what he's like. He's trying to put all kinds of weird stuff in there and do. I'm like, hey, you do what you want with your deck, man. I like my decks to be consistent. Like, I need to run this many. I want to make sure I see this card all the time. Like, I don't want to leave it to RNG, which already Jesmon has to do. Now you're just adding more RNG on top of it. So
he's the epitome of let him cook, but the meal is clearly burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like deck builds to high roll.
It's like that anime
Like, if I see
cooking where
all
it's
of
like
these
from someone
cards-
bad. It's like purple. The meal's like
Dubious
purple
food
and you.
from Zelda.
Yeah. So
Alright.
yeah, that was Friday.
So I'm next. I played Gallon X OTK. That was the winner of this week's members only poll. I was actually kind of sad it won. I wanted Magnex DNA to win, since I'd finally figured out a list, but alas.
And it's all high rarity.
It's all blinged out.
Almost. I'm still waiting on some stuff to come in the mail, but it's close.
Allegedly, my Sunamons are going to show up in the mail today.
Hey, that's pretty dope.
Would have been nice if it was yesterday.
Round 1, I played against another Gallant deck, which I guess you could call it a mirror, but it's really not. They're like very different decks the way they play. That's actually a rough matchup. Any wall deck is a hard matchup for the way my deck functions, because I am just trying to kill you through 5 security, and part of that OTK requires your board to be clear when I'm evoing into Gallant X. So like, if it's not clear, I might be able to clear your body maybe, but I can't kill you, and then I'm forced to just kind of sit there and chill for a turn, and I hope you can't kill my guy. So game 1, also I wasn't playing very well last night, I noticed. Game 1, there was an opportunity for me to potentially keep him from doing stuff, but I didn't want to give him as much memory as I would have been able to, or would have had to give him. I could have medievaled his like level 4 on the field, but it seemed like it wasn't worth it. But it looked like, based on how he played the rest of the game, if I had done that, he may not have been able to do anything. I think that may have been the only level 4 he saw for the first few turns. So I lost game 1. Game 2, I went into Gallon X. I checked some of his security, but couldn't kill him because I had to blow something up, I believe, with the Gallon X. I couldn't unsuspend. Or actually, no, I think it was I couldn't pull a turn back. That's what it was. I ended up having to pass the turn with the Gallon X. So I left him at 2 security with an unsuspended Gallon X. He promotes, and he evos up into his Gallon X and uses the new Tocado to swing and then raid into me. And I am so used to, because of how my deck works, and I always have X Antibody underneath my Gallon X when I go into it, that I'm just used to it getting the maximum effect. But he had neither X Antibody nor Gallantmon underneath it, so he could not plus 4k, minus 4k me. So he actually raided into me, and he should have just died, but he got both effects and was bigger than me, and so my guy died. And I didn't end up catching that until like the next turn, and because when he swung again, I was like, oh, you don't have, like, you're not getting the 4k, and I was like, oh my god, you were smaller than me when you swung into me. That ended up mattering quite a bit. I just would have won the game if he had just swung into me and died, obviously. So I ended up losing that 0-2. Then round 2 got paired against Chris. I was happy I got the down pair, because that would help my tiebreakers if I somehow went undefeated the rest of the way. I 2-0'd Chris in less than 10 minutes, and then we played another match where I used Magnex DNA versus his Hunter's deck, and I believe 2-0'd you again. It was real fun. That feels like a good matchup for me. And then round 3 played against Ben, and Ben and I have tested that matchup, and I don't know what he's smoking, because I was like, this isn't a good matchup for me, and he's like, I don't think it is, and I'm like, we've literally tested this. Like, it's that combined with the option. The delay option is the reason why it's a horrendous matchup for me. Guess what he opened up with both games? The delay option. Yeah. So because of that, I'm getting aced anytime I blow up his stuff, and because like me evoing up into my line blows his stuff up, I can't.
That option is cracked. Like, it's delay effect, and it's just draw 2. I'm like, yo, you just get a draw 2. You just get that. It just says it on the card.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Somehow not pop his stuff climbing up your line.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's how you have to play that matchup for on your end of the side. It's because it's basically a trap card. You have to climb up your line without popping his 5s, I think, right?
Yeah, which I can do, but it requires me to be really memory inefficient in order to do it, and it just makes it really awkward. And usually, like, if I end up doing that, because basically what I have to do is not have my War Growl X effect, which means I can't have War Growl underneath it. Which means
you're not OTKing.
Yeah, which means I can't OTK, because even if I clear your board, I'm probably not going to gain enough memory back to where I can kill you.
Yeah.
So it's a really
Adventure
awkward
deck
matchup.
usually can pass turn pretty easily while also still doing stuff to out your Gallant. So
yeah, it's just really, like, if he doesn't see that option, it's probably pretty good. But if he does, then it feels really bad. And he opened up with it both games, and I just lost. I also, like I said, was playing poorly. And game 2, I probably could have. Oh, game 2, when I promoted on like my second or third turn. And I was literally missing one card to just kill him through 5 security, and I just never saw it. I was missing the BT9X antibody, and if I had that, I had the rest of the combo in my hand. I just never saw it, so I couldn't kill him. I still could have potentially won that game, but I forgot he plays Lilymon, and I was thinking...
It's sneaky one of...
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, even though he has the delay option because he opened up with it, if I do this... I don't care if he de-evos me, but I was wrong because I do care if he Lilymons me. And if I had done something different, I blew up his ace instead of his level 5. And if I had just blown up to level 5, I would have put the turn back to 0 memory, so the Lilymon wouldn't have affected my Gallant X. But because I forgot Lilymon was a card, because I was playing like poop, I just got Lilymon, and I was like, oh, okay, game over. So I lost that. And then round 4, played against Chronicle. I 2-0'd him in about 10-ish minutes. The only time he ever did anything of note is game 2. He slammed an Alphamon Oryukin Ace to kill my Gallant X stack. And I ended up scrambling out a stack and going up into, I think, a level 4, and then just hard playing Medieval Gallant after playing another body. And I gave him 7 memory to do it, and then Alliance Vortex over the Alpha to give him like 2 memory from the overflow. And then he, like, I have 3 guys on the field and something coming out of raising the next turn, you just lose. So I ended up winning that 2-0, and then played Chris another extra match with Magnex versus Hunters, where he took a game off of me before I won.
Nice. You did actually remind me of something funny I wanted to tell from Trinity. When I was playing against Robbie, he actually did see a level 4, and he was able to build up to level 5 because he had promoted, gone into a level 4, and then used Emissary to go into a level 5 from his security blindly, because he didn't have a TK or anything like that, so he didn't even get a recover or anything. He just took a card out of security. And I had already set up one dual-colored Tamer, and his dude was 8k. So I kind of just looked at him, noticing like he was kind of bricked, because this is the only thing he was able to do so far. I just hard-played the one of Magna-Anja I threw in there for giggles. So I just looked at him and said, put him back.
Put him back into security.
Yeah.
Where you came from.
He just came out.
Where you came from. So I thought that was funny. I'm obviously cutting the Magna-Anja. It's not good in Adventure. But I had it in there because I was like, let's test it out. Let's see how it feels. Feels bad. That was the one time it ever come up.
It's good at Angels.
Yeah, it's good in Angels.
Good in Angels.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Poor Robbie. So for my TBS, I started the night playing against Caleb. Caleb's playing Examon, and I actually lost that 1-2, which I feel is karma, because in our Discord chat, we'd all like been talking schmack with Ben, and he was like, oh, well, Examon has like Tamer removal. It's really good against Adventure. And we were all like, what? No, it's not.
That's not what I said. Examon sucks. So, like, why are you worried about it to begin with? That's like I could list a bunch of decks that have Tamer removal. None of them are good.
That's my
Galaxy.
Fault. I was telling
Galaxy's
him,
probably...
if he killed Tamers with Examon.
Yeah. Galaxy's probably your biggest threat because they play Hexblow pretty consistently. So the reason I lost is game 1, the only level 5 I ever saw was Angelwomon, so I never had him in my really good removal. And on top of that, turn 3, so I went first, he went second. No, right? No, he went first, I went second, third. Okay, so it was technically turn 4. He had a level 5 on the board, and I was like, I kind of need the draw from Ty, and I can just recycle my piece. What are the odds he already has the stuff to make X ace? He'd have to have Breakdramon because he has the wing, and he'd have to have the X ace. What are the odds? Turn my card sideways, X ace. I basically lost on the spot. Because to out that, I need to see a bunch of Tamers, or I need to see the right level 5s. Like, if I just see Metal Greymon, cool, I win. But no. So, of course, he has a security check +1 Examon by turn, his 5th turn, so he just killed me. And I was just like...
Not even on a clock at that point.
No, the clock is actively being smashed on the ground.
Yeah.
So, I kind of just got high-rolled right there. Game 2, I was able to play the deck as intended. I kept his board cleared. There was nothing he was able to do to... Like, he never even went into Examon. I just killed him. And then game 3, I bricked real hard. Like, I had a hand that had Palmon, Angemon, and, like, some other pieces that are pretty important. And I was like, okay, I'll keep this hand. And I'm just going to hard play the Palmon straight out so I could get the Greymon in the trash and draw 2. Sounds good. I never saw another level 3, and I never saw a Tamer for the rest of the game. So once my level 3 got outed, I was never able to recycle anything because I need Sunamon to do that. So I just basically kind of lost on the spot and just watched him kill me. That happens. What are you going to do? Round 2, I played against Dante playing Atmon. I got Chris's Salty Run back for him. I got that one 2-0. That deck struggles against wide boards because, like, I have constant removal. He has, like, limited removal here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could just go really wide, he's usually only killing one thing per turn, assuming he even has a body to begin with. Plus, the trap card really hurts him. He had gone into the Globemon, and it, like, lets you tuck something from your sources into a link, and then it mandatory pops something. So he mandatory popped my level 5, and I was like, alright, sick, Metal Greymon, de-evo you, so now you're mid-swing, popping my dude, and I just de-evoed you by 1, and the card he tucked was his level 4, so he got de-evoed down to a level 3, and then checked the Tamer out of my security. Like, it could not have gone any better for me. So I got extra memory, I outed his body, and I was just ready to wombo him the next turn. Like, it was so bad for him. Like, he can clear a lot of security. Like, I think game 1, he actually removed all 5 of my security. But then I was just like, alright, kill your dude. And you don't have rush in that deck, so you have nothing in raising. I'm not afraid. So yeah, I got that 2-0. Chris was round 3, we kind of already talked about that. Cross, I just beat him 2-0. Game 1 and 2, he basically was never able to go into X6, and the one time he did, I immediately... He also triggered my trap card, and I was able to play Zudomon, strip his rush, so he wasn't even able to swing with it. Which is hilarious.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah. So I think
it was tough.
It's the only reason that deck is functional.
Yeah, because it has rush. I think I stripped rush and, like, another keyword. I can't remember. I ended up leaving blocker in it, but it didn't matter because I was just going to go into Melga to bot deck it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good stack because I couldn't get the full effect to, like, you know, DP Nega's board. It was like only...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to bounce back the Starmon too, so that was... Because he played out both, because it goes cross 6 and the Starmon, so I was able to bounce the star back. So I also removed both bodies, technically, eventually. So yeah, I got that one 2-0 pretty easily. Then round 4, I played against Todd playing Diaboramon. I got that one 2-0 as well. Game 1 and 2, he wasn't able to recover after I bottom decked his Diaboramon. Both games, he was able to establish Dia with like an errata on the board, so he was able to spit out like 3 tokens and, you know, like de-evo my stuff. But like, okay, you de-evoed me, cool. Here's my next level 5 that does something good against your board anyway. And then while I'm at it, I have multiple ties on the board. Let me bot deck one of them just to play a Metal Garu for free, and then bot deck your dude. And like I was just, he wasn't able to really do Dia stuff. Like the one time he had the Rush Kurosari, he had evoed into it to play the errata, because that's that one, right? It plays the errata and has the Rush and the heritable. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so the one time he had it, he used it to play the errata. I bottom decked it, and he never saw another one, so he was never able to actually have Rush. There was like a bit of a moment where he was confused about the color requirements for Melga, but like after that he kind of understood what was going on. I also stopped him from playing by hitting him with the taunt, because he only had one body on the board with nothing in raising, and I knew if he was able to like build that stack up, it could be dangerous. So I just taunted it and forced it to swing at the start of the turn, and it died to security. So that was nice. Yeah, so 2-0. I ended up in... Huh?
I said just a dry taunt, just nothing else
Yeah.
set up for it.
I had the Metal Garu, but I was like, if he checks a Tamer, it's a win for me. If it dies security, it's a win for me. Like, if it lives security, it's 1,000. It's not going to live security unless he hits, like, an option card or, like, a Tamer. Like, it's a win for me no matter what he does. Because let's say he hits the option.
Needlessly, like, give him ace to out.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, no matter what happened to it, it was a win for me, because it was just a Karamon, but, like, there's a way he can go from Karamon all the way to Diaboromon in one turn with, like, hardly any memory. But having it sideways made it to where he could never swing with it, and it was never going to be, like, a threat to me, like, immediately. So I was just like... And it died to security, which is pretty plausible as well, so I was like, yeah, either way it was a win. There was no reason to ace it. Yeah, so that was my Friday. I ended up in third, just behind Ben and
Andrew.
Andrew. Yes, thank you.
Apparently he's going to start coming, he told Ben, which is cool because apparently he likes to build tier 1 decks. That'll be nice. Be more competitive.
Yeah, I noticed that when I saw his almost entirely blinged out Galaxy deck. I think the only card I saw that wasn't bling was Invizimon.
I noticed that too. I was like, what a random card to not have like the alt art for. Like the rest of the deck is alted out.
Especially since that's like one of the best alt arts of all time.
It is pretty nice. Alright, so we're doing a Digimon set tier list. That is why Josh has joined us today, is to partake in this.
Reminisce.
Right. Yes. Starting, so these are in chronological order, I believe. We double checked this before we started. 1.0.
Alright, so it's the start of the game.
Correct.
Opium.
Is
this a good game?
Hold on, what is
Digimon
that?
card
What is
game,
that?
let's go.
Oh, it's a good play. And what's above it? Copium? So there's no dog water. Okay.
No, I took that off.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got rid of water.
It was synonymous with copium, basically, or it's a good play, so I was like, that's...
I think...
Consolidate it.
My opinion, I think 1.0 is in copium. I don't think it's that good of a... I don't disagree. I think outside the Omnimon, I don't think there's anything else in that set that was like crazy.
We're Greymon and Magnangemon.
Yep.
Yeah, we're Greymon.
That wasn't even... Nah, that War Greymon wasn't even the good one. No, the starter... Oh, I guess you guys are right. I'm switching... I'm mixing up my War Greymon. You're right. Tier 2. Okay.
That War Greymon is what made War Greymon a good deck.
Yeah.
I got my War Greymon
list sometimes.
Yes, you're right. That War Greymon, I got him switched. I switched up the starter deck one that it was like, if you have this many sources, you get an extra. I got him switched.
Yeah.
You guys are right. I'd say tier 2 then. I'm getting some of the starter deck cards mixed up when there. That's just me.
I wouldn't mind making an argument for tier 1. Because as a starting set for us, this is actually really good. Like, looking through it, there are some cards that have lasting legacy. Like, we have a card that's set now. We still have cards that see play, like Anja with security control. We have cards like Puppetmon, which were menaces during that format. Magmon, Volcanic Dramon, all of these cards were actually really good when this set came out. Flower Cannon, hitting that out of security sucked. Gravity Crush is in this set. 4-cost yellow T this set. The OG Omni, I think as a set when this launched, it's a very good set. Like, we have Drabumon, the War Greymon, we have the one, which was a common blue Tama that everybody used. I think for a starting set of a card game, Beelzemon's in here. Like, I think for a starting set...
Lilithloop is in there as well. Or not
Yeah,
Lilithloop, but Lilithmon. Unlike Japan, we got all 6 of the colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Immediately.
Yeah, they didn't get
So,
they didn't get the other colors until I think BT2.
Yeah. So
you guys are fighting for one compared to some of these future sets we're getting.
I think it's 2. I think it's 2.
I think for the start of the game, I think this is a really good start.
Yeah, that's perfect at a tier 2. At a 2.
It's right down the middle. It was not good, not bad.
Yeah, exactly. Not good, not bad.
I could see an argument, but when you weigh it against the some of the other sets and how impactful they were, like, yes, it was the start of the game.
I think it was a very good.
And it was extremely hard to
cards
get.
in it that are still playable. I don't think, like, looking back on it, like, oh my god, this set was cracked.
Yeah,
it was become irrelevant.
The very next set. No, I'm not gonna say the next set. 2 sets. BT4.
Like BT4. Yeah, I feel like nobody was playing all the decks that were in BT1 after, or
because with 1.5 you could still play Blue Omni, but that was like the only deck that you would still play because it immediately got overshadowed by Alter S and Shine,
Ancient Garu as well,
and Ancient Garu.
Like, immediately.
Yeah, immediately was like, hey, we're not. None of these decks are viable.
I see where Brandon's coming from, but I think 2.
We'll stick it in tier 2 because I do think genuinely 1.5 is a much better set, and I would consider 1 or S.
All right, hopefully these all won't be this big of a discussion because this is going to take us like 5 hours. 1.5. All
right, so what are some of the key cards out of this? Shine Greymon,
Alter S,
Shine,
Imperial,
of course, Imperial.
Jamming
also
Vmon.
had the Jamming Vmon.
Davis.
We had cards Davis.
Yeah.
There was HPD.
Oh god.
Tier 1.
We didn't get tier 1 though. We didn't get to
tier 1.
Well, at TBS locals, they got to play with HPD at full power for 1 week.
1 day.
1 week.
The TO took mercy on them, even though
it was great, Josh. It was awesome.
Darius Monty and Evoing other people's, like, suspending their stuff to Evo your own stuff.
Yep.
Oh, Sean.
I'd say tier 2 as well. I think it's good, but compared to the impact of the game, it was just like set 1.0. It's a 0.5 set. It's like, okay, now you have the full first 3 sets of the game.
No, we're all completely wrong. We have to this, and it's a good play because it has Craniumon in it, and that is the start of that meme.
Craniumon?
Yo,
it's a good play.
It's got the memory cuckers in it. It's got Terriermon and Gazimon.
Yep.
I'm saying tier 1. I think this has a lot of, like, good card, like a lot of. I remember this set being really fun too because it had, like, with the edition 1.0 plus these cards, but like most of these cards was like, hey, you know, like this is when Digimon really started to flourish.
I think this might be tier 1. It also has Ragna in it, which still is playing Ragna.
When did we get the box toppers for the Dark Masters? Was that 1.0 or 1.5?
1.5.
Okay, then that's Puppetmon Rookie Rush. Yeah, that was impactful.
Yep, yeah,
that's when it also started.
Yeah, that was like running the meta.
All right, so tier 1.
Rookie Rush and McDonald's security control.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was until they got the security Digimon.
You got them in 1.5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then yeah, definitely.
Kilo.
Two main archetypes of meta defining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 had Sean's favorite Digimon of all time, Lord Nightmon, or not favorite of all time, but one of his.
Wrong.
Lord Nightmon.
Wrong.
Lord Nightmon's the one with your favorite Digimon?
He's not in that set, my guy.
Set. Oh, is that 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is Yellow War Greymon.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which I love.
Nidhoggmon as well.
Yeah, Nidhogg. Blastmon, the start of Hybrid.
Yeah, Hybrid for game.
Is this
Bushiagumon.
Is this copium? Is this copium?
I mean,
It just doesn't seem-
it's got cards like Jack Raid, Blinding Ray, Atomic Inferno, Heir of Dragons, Chaosmon, both of them, the original Anubis. We're looking at Blastmon, the Gaugamon, is that how you say his name? Gaugamon, my bad.
Dogmamon.
Yeah, Yellow War Greymon. This was the start of Mirage.
I'd put it in tier 2. Like, I don't think it shook the foundation of the game. It just was a good extra set.
Yellow or Greymon was
Yeah.
the best deck in format whenever that set dropped. Speaking from experience.
I think the lasting impact of this set was just the inclusion of hybrids.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna give
also,
it to BT4 over BT7 of what the impact of hybrids was?
Well, it introduced hybrid for game.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like
it
the,
was
the concept of losing because your
game.
opponent has a tamer in play.
right.
I'll
and then
say
on
tier
top
2.
of that, yeah, I agree. We also got the promos early, so Ancient Garu and Ancient Gray were actually not not the best thing like Yellow or Greymon, but they were legitimately good strategies you could be playing.
They were playable.
Are we doing the
playable,
thing
yeah.
where we're also ranking them in that tier? So do we consider 1.0 better than BT4? Are we doing that, or are we just throwing it in there?
I mean, we can do
We
that.
can do it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. BT5.
1.
It's easily tier 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I have
is-
so much nostalgia for this set.
This is Omni4Game.
Yep.
This
Oh
is
yeah, it
literally Omni4Game.
is. I forgot Blitz Omni came in that set.
And then on top of that, we got
Defeat.
the of good searchers,
Mm-hmm.
with Gabumon and Agumon being actually good searchers. We got Hexblow. Sean got his Star Nightmon. Purple got their Gallant Megidramon.
They also
They
had
also got
what is it,
Armageddon.
promo Metal Garurumon around this time, right? Does this in Grandis come out?
The
Not
Melga
Grandis,
that
but
plays
Great Melga.
option cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Black War Greymon, I think. We had 3 promos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this has got to be tier 1.
Agreed.
There's also
I mean,
when-
not even to mention that we got cards like Zwart Defeat, Omnimon Zwart, Arata, Sora Joe. There are a lot of really good cards.
Is
in
this
this set.
actually is that an
Yeah.
is that an S tier set?
I don't think there's enough cards in it, but there are some really impactful.
It's
ones.
close.
Yeah.
There was also Spiral Masquerade, which made Rookie Rush an
Mhm.
even better strategy. And
oh
it's
my
when
God.
it's when Red Yellow McDonald's security control became yellow black,
Goated.
actual almost what security control is going to become.
Yeah,
Right.
BT5 was a triangle format. It was Rookie Rush, Lord Nightmon, and Security Control were the best 3 decks.
Mhm.
All right, BT6.
And then you had me somewhere in there playing Hexblow.
Yeah, you're over there coping real hard at the Sword Championship.
BT6 was where the first glimpse of okay, this is no longer my guy's bigger than yours and I can delete one thing with my effect. It's okay, these effects are getting more complicated.
Yeah.
This is where we got Jessmon, both Bond decks. This is unfortunately the start of Pulsemon.
Yeah.
We got Ancient Troymon here. We got the Gundramon, the Kumon, the start of Purple getting its Impmon lines.
You had
there's also a
Bellstar, which is
Tidamon.
just security control but aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Alphamon is in here as well. First ever Alphamon.
I think this is also a tier 1 set.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
close for me.
yeah, I would
was
say
thinking
tier
tier
1
two.
because I think the Bond cards have stood the test of time. I feel like them in general just being the tier 1 strat was really, really impactful because we're even seeing cards these days now that are updating them.
I just
They
remember
printed
Jessmon being so
It introduced the first OTK that we got in the game, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tech Plus and Unsuspend.
I just remember being like annoyed by that deck where it's like if you just see your pieces, there's no competing.
Yeah, it's uninteractable because you can also play an option card that lets you attack and spin a Digimon, so even if they have blockers, you're like, it's still game, my guy. Because aces don't exist for like another 2 years.
Were there any other like decent floodgates, like low end, or was there anything down there?
No.
Memory or Madoki?
Oh, Madoki Betamon came in the set, yeah.
Okay.
But the floodgates weren't like great. Like nobody was comboing too hard in BT6 or BT6.
Yeah.
I think the bond decks are cool, but I don't think red really came into its own with the bond decks until 7 when we started getting the yellow hybrid cards with like the jets and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's when red hybrid actually started to be pretty viable. Oh, who dropped? Is he back?
Bye, Brandon.
No, he's gone. But anyways, like I was saying, I don't think red bond became like actual like decent until 7.
They were like trying to like make it work with like an Aldemon package,
right?
So, like a kind of hybrid bond, like aggro. Oh, they also had what was it? Promo Greymon, the second plus one. That was Bond's whole strategy.
Yeah.
I still think solid, but not crazy. I almost want to put it in tier 2.
I want to put it like top of tier 2, maybe.
I think
that's what I was thinking
about it. The more I'm thinking, tier 2, because it was
just coming off of BT5. It's like this wasn't a very because Lord Nightmon didn't change. Like that was still probably the best deck. Rookie Rush didn't change much. So
like Control just got more pieces.
Yep.
Rookie Rush was still the same.
Go ahead and put this in dog water, or not dog water. It's a good play.
It's a good play.
We can. Yeah, we cannot put this any higher than that based off just 2 cards. I don't care how long those 2 cards last.
It's 3 cards.
It's 3 cards. Yeah. Machine, Analog, and Ice Wall.
XV. They give jamming to Imperial.
True. Yeah,
okay. So let's say they have 4 cards. 3 of those cards don't even see play anymore.
Yeah.
Like
they could not get rid of the product at TBS.
Yeah,
they were like stocked full of EX1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were getting these for prize support. Like this set was bad.
Yeah, I had forgotten that we went basically like a year of just getting nothing but EX1 for prize support until Zach reminded me of that like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was bad. Like
I'd like blocked it out of my memory.
This set was bad. It was the set we have the most cards of in my bulk. 98%, 99% of these cards never saw play.
This set stopped me from pre-ordering a case for like a year. Like I would, up to that point, I was pre-ordering a case for every set, and this set, I like basically when I got the case, I had lit like $800 on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not pre-ordering cases anymore.
Analog Youth, great card. Ice Wall, great card. Machinedramon, good card. The Jamming XVmon, good card. That stays in the meta for like probably a set.
I usually still play it as a one of too.
Yeah, but it's just not. It's
Metal Garu also saw a lot of play because he was a cheap Evo for Melga. But
it's just
he saw playing.
It's just not enough. Yeah, it's just not enough to justify putting it any higher.
I agree. That set as a whole is just absolute trash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, BT7.
Hybrids this set. So we got blue hybrid, we got red hybrid.
It's gotta be
I personally think it's
yellow hybrid.
This changed the game, like not just in hybrids are everywhere, so now tamers can kill you, like in BT4, where it's just like, I got Lobo or a Goonie for game. It was like hybrids are running this like game, and if you're not playing a hybrid deck, you're gonna get clapped unless you're playing one of the other like top tier meta decks.
Yeah,
this was our Worlds format, right? Our first Worlds.
No, I think Worlds was still EX6, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly, I'm not 100% sure. I know Nat's format was EX1, I mean.
Because I think he had Tommy's in his list, the guy who won the first Worlds.
One word, Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
This set is the reason why they added cards to the ban list for the second time ever as well.
Yep.
Also, just going to say one Digimon. Doru Greymon.
Oh yeah, he did come in this set, didn't he? Dude, I'm scrolling through and there are 1,
A lot.
2, 3, 4,
Oh, dude.
5 cards
screw
from this.
Eismon. I remember Ben playing Eismon. I hated that. I hated Eismon.
Yep.
There are 5 cards in this set alone that are limited, and this also got other cards banned and or limited.
Yes.
Yup.
Like Mega Fusion finally got banned because of Susan being a card.
Yup.
Ice Wall got limited because of this deck, not because of Gabu Bond.
Yup.
Yeah, I
Not to
think this
mention
is,
calling.
yeah, this is easy S tier.
Yes, agreed.
Didn't
I still have to go to my BTS bulk and be like, I need cards out of there.
Didn't green come out with like green hybrid? And I was like, this is bad. And then they made it red green hybrid, and it was
They
like
made it
the
red
event.
green.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was. That's exact because you played the
Atomic
Beetlemon.
Inferno.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
you
guys play
played-
Atomic Inferno
yep.
and have piercing and stuff.
Yes, and it was actually like viable. Like once someone realized, oh, why don't we just play red green? It was like, oh, this is actually like viable.
We also
Yeah.
got the security Aldemon, which was like the counter to security control.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Just people just play Ancient Grey OTK where you just Evo in the back, be like 5 checks, Omni4Game.
Yep.
Omni4Game.
Yeah, it's easy S tier.
Agreed.
All right, BT8.
Now, this one's difficult for me because we're going to get to this later. It does have 2 of the absolute dog water, bottom barrel, worst secret rares this game has ever printed.
It does have the
With
2 worst secret rares in the
Reapymon.
game.
Creepymon and Paladin mode. But we did get Digimon Emperor. We got Chimeramon.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rush Black Gato.
Crimson Blaze.
Black War Greymon. Ligdramon. The whole Armor Rush
Yeah,
package.
Armor Rush was crazy popular. I remember people
Yeah.
getting mad about it.
The-
Rapid.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Magna,
though,
Shakua.
the thing is, if I remember correctly, Digimon Emperor didn't start seeing play until Numamon, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It,
I mean,
it
this
didn't
is
get
how he
played
came.
during this set. No, I know, but
It
I'm
didn't.
saying like it didn't get played at all until Numamon became a thing.
But Digimon Emperor is
Rich
one of
Drake.
those cards
He's
where it
format
had a really
dependent.
good.
Yeah.
He's one of those cards where it took somebody having to play like a new rookie rush strategy for it to be actually
Yeah.
Crimson
like a-
Blaze is in this set.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Crimson Blaze.
It's like a goat option.
Yeah.
I-
Which also didn't really see much play after the set came out either.
Yeah, I still think I don't think this had enough impact at the time. I would put it in tier 2. Because
Psych Mono was in this set.
it doesn't seem like enough pops off the board in this set
I
to
agree.
justify putting it higher.
As a
It did
whole,
set the
it's,
foundation for other decks.
yeah, as
Right,
a
yeah.
whole, it's pretty mid, but it did have a couple.
Especially with those secrets, it's just. I mean, is it even copium?
They got the second half of 2B Alphamon, King of
Okay, the
they
other half
got
of Alpha.
they got the Oryu.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is when it really. This is when Alphamon became degenerate.
No,
No,
it was
we
BT9.
No, no,
went
no.
on BT9.
It got wave after wave after wave after wave of support, and then it was like
That's
a landslide. It was like, okay, now I'm the best deck ever.
Yeah, they gave him Cool Boy
Right.
and BT9. They were like, oops.
Oops. They're all
Flame
like
Pulse
Fancy
Fight.
Body.
I'd be
Yeah.
willing to put it in Copium. I mean, it's
I'm okay with Copium.
I think
Yeah.
if you tried to play anything but like the DNA from Imperial, like the Star deck, if you tried to play Shakumon or Sylphimon, you were definitely coping. You're like, I can DNA too. I can do stuff.
I
I mean,
agree.
armor was cool, but it was just like it wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, you telling me you don't like the Metal Garu Jawgrass deck?
No, all right.
That was
EX2.
so fun.
Rasenmon is the peak of copium.
Yes. I tried to make that
Oh
deck
my
work
God.
a couple times because someone had requested it, and I was like, this deck is so unbelievably bad. There's no way to make this even playable at a local level.
This is butts.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. This is impossible. All right, EX2. Am I stupid? I'm like, oh, there it is.
This was only one thing. It was only one new deck, and it was Mother D Reaper.
It was D Reaper.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Everything else was just kind of eh.
I mean,
Is it? It's got to be copium, right?
yeah. I was gonna say Impmon did eventually also get some cards in here that were really good.
Screw
Like you
Death
got
Slayer.
yeah. Not to mention they got the good Beals and the good Imp, the one they had to hit
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah.
This is where
I mean,
this is
other
where
than
Impmon
that-
started to show up.
I
It
feel
wasn't
like this
good
is,
enough on its own.
I think this is a dog water, or not dog water. Dang it, Chris, you got me saying it. I think
I
it's
know,
a good
my bad.
play.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, it's got like
That
a
bad?
couple of cards that like still see play / were good at one point, but like
But not enough. Not enough to actually be like, hey, this justifies being up. I'm fine with putting it. I remember the first EX sets being really bad, and us talking about it, being like, they were like, hey, they got to do something better with these sets.
yeah, they're bad.
We also had like 3 Black War Gray players in our locals, and Sean was one of them. And he would always play the one that lets you attack unsuspended. He'd just be like, "I'm just gonna kill your mother," and then you're gonna cry. That's it. So I never got to really see it pop off like crazy. So even if it did have a chance, like
I could
it beat purple decks. That was about it.
Because it introduced the mother archetype. I mean, I could see an argument to put it in Copium.
That is where we start getting some of those. No, 7 had Eosmon. I was gonna say some of those like interesting like
Interesting.
decks
You say.
yeah. Well, I guess Eosmon isn't like that. Mother D Reaper is definitely the first like real like out of the left field kind of deck, but I'm okay with either.
Deck.
Yeah.
I would say like in a not specific like, oh, this is like I play the game, but I play it completely differently, and it was intended. It wasn't like accidental,
before,
like created.
Before Royal Knights, before 7th Grade Demon, like this was like that first deck where it's like, yo, you can't really play any of these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he really took Eosmon's lunch.
Yeah, it did.
All right, BT9.
The secret rares were at least good.
This is easy S tier.
Yeah,
I think this is like it's fighting for like top 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree.
So, what were some of the cards in this?
Death X.
This is every X antibody.
Death X, Cool Boy, X Antibody. Gave us the Wargrey X line, the Melga X line.
I agree. I'm starting to. My neurons are firing off, and I'm starting to get all this copium and remembering all this good times.
This was Brandon's set too because it was Melga because we had the promo before Japan.
Yeah. Awakening of the Golden Knight was in this set, as well as Sunrise Buster. Why is that card still on the limited list? Whatever, Bandai.
Rise X.
Because Crosshair's too good.
Yeah.
Rise X.
Rise X, the OG Magna X. I think this is where we started seeing Grand Quago TK, or was that before?
No, it was this set. This set has had Grand Descent.
They needed some stuff out of it.
It literally turned the game into every color now has an OTK deck.
Yeah.
Besides, I think yellow.
Are we even going to talk about Alphamon and how he came out the gate slapping all of our tits off, and then they had to hit it like 2 weeks in?
Yeah,
it was not bad until players like adapted it and they would play. What was it? It was
the Dex line.
It was Breath of the Gods and another black option. They would just lock you out of the game completely.
Breath of the Gods and Kongu, they would completely mitigate any removal you would.
Yeah, they're like, you can't touch me.
Yeah, I'm unkillable. I'm also gonna swing through all your security. This also has Pillowmon and Pomamon, play by effect rookies.
I love
Merciful Mode.
Some of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merciful Mode or Danmon.
One of the best sets to invest in, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are some dog water cards in here, but it's just so countered by how good everything around it is.
Yeah,
it's also just the power level of the decks were just not even close to anything. The next big jump from hybrids was BT9 X antibodies.
It was a really big shift in power level.
1 or S, Sean?
For BT10,
it's Cross. That's when it starts.
I mean, other than Cross, what else came in this set?
Literally nothing.
Actually, Yellow Hybrid got Venusmon.
Yeah, they got Venus. And Blue they got Maiden Mode as well.
Blue Flare, Cross, like both of those decks are still seeing play today. Maybe not these cards, but some of them.
We never got to see Cross though.
Bloom Lord's in this?
Yeah.
Bloom?
Oh, it's got to be tier 1. That's still a viable green deck.
I feel like America did not take to Bloom like Japan did. Like everyone was like, "Oh, Bloom's the big boogeyman of the green deck," and everyone was just like, "I'm just gonna keep playing Grandis, OTK you in one turn and not interact with you."
This also had the first ever good Omni X.
True.
Oh, not the can't stop battle.
Yeah, I think it's. I think we would put it in 1, but it's gonna be lower in 1. I don't think it'd be anywhere like high.
I think it also, because it has Jesmon GX. Jesmon GX is actually a very good
that's
card.
another one.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it low tier 1. Surprisingly, this is all hindsight too, because when the set first came out, although granted I don't like cross decks, so like I was like the set is literally across the set, but
yeah,
cross was a different thing you had to adjust for. It was like, oh, now I have to
hated
look
it,
at your
dude.
hand and be like, I guess you might have the pieces to just kill me.
Which is really
You keep all your sources. I kill your Digimon, but you get to keep all your sources.
yeah,
You keep all those Digimon.
such a
Hot take for
Hated
this.
it.
BS mechanic. All right, EX3.
I think this
You
is
mean-
Copium.
Errata the set.
Yes.
So what was in some of this?
We got the first Aegistramon. We got Examon. We got the Great Dragons archetype.
Perperial.
Okay.
We got the other dragon archetype, the metallic and whatever they're called.
The Hina links.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We got the start of Perperial.
Yep.
This had Sorai in it. Sorai was a good blue option card for a while.
Yeah,
there.
Brandon hasn't
about
named
that.
off enough cards. Brandon hasn't named off enough cards to make me disagree with Josh.
Every one of those
Copium.
archetypes was hyped up, and I was like, look at these crazy new like dragon archetypes, and every one of them underperformed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it wasn't until later that these
Yeah,
archetypes.
none of them had
started
enough
doing anything.
juice in the can.
Yeah. It
My
did.
opinion.
I remember it did not impact the meta whatsoever when the set came
Whatsoever.
out.
No.
But people thought it would. They were
Yeah,
hyping it up.
I was really hyped for Perperial, and then like when they banned calling before we got Perperial or limited calling,
Yep.
and I was like,
Yep.
this deck's unplayable without 4 calling.
I
you need
literally
pieces in your trash.
I literally remember standing back by one of those back tables talking to Sean about this, and they had just hit calling, and I'm like, "You still gonna play it?" He goes, "No, that deck's dead now," and it literally was.
Yeah, I was like, you literally can't. Like, you're just praying to God that your mills are good at that point. All right, BT11.
I think this one's difficult to properly rank because we got cards like more cross support. This is where you got your Megazord. This has Mirage in it.
It does
Jesus.
Yeah, the hidden demon of BT11.
Also
Yeah.
has Great
All
X.
Force. Yeah, All Force, Gray X,
Bring it
and
back.
we also got the start of the Digimon cards.
Which cards?
I think a few of these, a few of them, I think saw play. I think the Sukamon eventually saw play in the deck. Is this the right one?
Expectations for this set were like crazy because EX3 underperformed so much. Everyone was looking forward to this set, and it was like the boogeyman of Blackware Greymon is coming to kill all these kids because it was cross hybrid everywhere.
Yeah,
And it was like
Blackware X came
Melga
out.
playing a bunch of Cool Boy X antibodies.
Hades
And he's like, I'm
Force.
coming here to kill all the tamers.
Yeah.
Everyone was so excited for that.
This is also where Machine Dramon became a deck because we got Analog Man.
Right.
This is also where we got Mervamon. We know how much of a pain that's going to be later. Like Sean,
I think-
Rex.
I think Brand's named off enough cards and archetypes. I think we can put this in 1, but it's gonna be towards the bottom.
I would agree.
Yeah, and it's
I would be middle.
It's got the
Maybe
start of
middle.
the S archetype birds.
I
And
would put
birds,
this
yep.
above. I would put this above BT5 personally, just because like Mirage and
Yeah.
what
I
is
can
it
see
called?
They're sleeper picks.
Merva.
Sleeper picks.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah, they had
Gray
cards
X
in it
and
that
Mirage
were
in it, which
evergreen.
both are limited.
Yeah,
Hades Force.
they had some
Shout out to the goat.
evergreen cards.
I still remember Sean Hades forcing me, I think, for like 3 tamers.
I was like, those are
Was it
sick
3?
tamers, dude.
Yeah, he just goes Hades Force. I'm like, oh,
It'd
okay.
be a shame if something happened to them. All right, BT12.
All right, so this had
This is a Rester Dramon.
Oh my
right?
god, dude! This is where
This
most
is-
of the good Imperial cards came from, besides the BT16 pieces.
I was gonna say this is the start. Well, the thing is, because we're not including the starter deck, so we don't have DNA Pyldra. You know, like these are just the sets.
Yes, correct.
But this is where a lot of those cards start. Like the Vmon in this still gets played to this day,
So does the Wormmon
Yep.
and the Wormmon.
and the Demi
He didn't
V.
have to-
so
They
Yep.
also play
So this had-
some of them play the Pyodramon as well, and the XV and the Stingmon.
yeah. So this
didn't have
had.
to play
Sorry, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say we didn't have to play against it because it got banned pretty quick. But I was Ben's punching bag and testing partner for Max Power Beelzemon. This is Beelz X.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
right.
Yeah, like this was
is
like
right after the advanced
Beelzemon
deck.
was faster than any deck I'd ever seen, and I remember just being like, I think this bullied me off of the color red, and I just became a blue player because I was like, I have to bounce your stuff. I can't deal with it any other way.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of reverence for this set.
I just out aggroed him with Red Hybrid, and then Gravity crushed him for game, and he was always pretty upset about that.
Said your Gravity Crush.
Raid War Gray and BT12 Marcus.
Yeah,
Yep.
this has to be S.
And
There's
Hunters, right?
still-
Yeah, and the
Yeah, and
entire
Hunters.
Hunters
This
archetype,
had-
including Quartz.
Yeah. So in entirety, we got Red Hybrid, we got Raid War, we got all of the Imperial stuff. Old Force got Old Force X.
Mhm.
Shine Gray got a lot of its really good pieces.
Yeah, just shine in
Quartzon-
general.
Yeah,
You put
Quartzon-
this as a S?
Yeah,
All
oh yeah,
of our-
for sure.
I think it's top of 1. I think S is like this was a big power jump, but it wasn't like the levels. I feel like it didn't change the game. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like you could still play. You could still play Melga whenever
But-
BT12 was around.
But think about it, like right now, like this set still has so many cards that are getting played now. Like this was such a good set to invest in back then, just because of also future. Because like Shine Greymon, you're still playing a lot of those cards.
Yeah.
The
Red Hybrid
Hunters,
plays a lot of those cards.
the entire Hunters line that is now getting played now is playing all of these cards.
What is the tier list called?
What?
Like what is it? What are we naming this tier list? Like what is it about?
Just the
The
sets.
theme?
just sets.
Just sets
Most
in general.
impactful sets? Because I feel like you should hold some like reverence for like S tier. Like this is like the best I think of tier 1, but it's not. It didn't fully change the game in a way that you weren't already playing it. Like when X Antibodies came out, if you weren't playing X Antibodies, you're not having a good time. That set is there. When you weren't playing hybrids, you weren't.
I would agree with Josh. I think I see what he's saying, and
top
I
of
would
one?
agree.
That
Yeah,
is a
top
fair
of 1
point.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it.
I think you just like make S tier really hard to get into.
Yeah,
I would agree.
it has to be like actual like game change. I got you. Yeah, that's fine. I can take that.
All right, EX4. I forgot what was in this set.
Ruin mode.
So we have Ruin Mode,
Of course.
Alter S.
Uh-huh.
Everything else is
we
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the
Hey,
the mock Gauga.
They got limited. Shine got a couple of pieces that let us draw cards. We got the Cyborg
Kudu.
Sub-Zero, which is also limited.
This
Yeah,
is when
Kudu.
Mirage did become playable, like actual threat.
Yep.
Yeah. Heaven's Judgment's in the set.
Alter B. That's a good card. I mean, for me. I don't know about you guys.
Is it enough though to put into tier 2 or Copium? Like where are we at? Because it's obviously not 1.
I think it's... I feel like it's
Sean,
probably
was it
tier
this
2?
set or was it this set or the next set that pushed Shine into becoming
So
like a real?
when we got this set, I was able to build Ruin Mode Turbo because we already had the
Okay.
BT12 stuff, and I was
I
just
don't think it's
able to-
I don't think it's Copium then.
yeah. I think
Yeah, I'd
it's
say tier 2.
probably tier 2 because we still play the Shine Agu, the Shine Geo, the Rush
Yeah.
Gelmon, the Black Growlmon. There's a couple pieces
When did-
in Mirage that you would still play if that card didn't get limited.
When was burst mode? Is that
Next set.
13?
This
Yeah,
next
Okay.
set.
set.
No, this came out with Mirage's rookie, that Galgamon. That's
Yeah.
their rookie. They always play that one
Yeah,
or anything else.
This was also the start of Alliance, if I remember correctly.
it is.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm cool with 2.
I almost
Cool,
feel
too.
like what are the
Chaos
others?
Galgamon is
it's-
Copium. Chaos Galgamon is Copium, and it brings the overall score of it down for sure.
It
The
definitely
first ever
it
medieval
had
talent, and it's
it
bad.
has some cope in here. Surprisingly, Alter S never saw any like tournament success. I think that deck was heavily underrated and underrepresented at the time.
Yeah, it was just 2-piece reliant.
I mean,
That was like,
I enjoyed
no,
playing
once
at
you-
locals. I would curb stomp.
oh
people.
yeah. Once you popped off with that, it was just like, hey, I've lost. Like if you start, as soon as you start doing this, it's like, oh, it's Jover.
Yeah.
Did you call it Omni Hyrule? Is that what you called your deck?
Alter S Turbo.
Ultra S Turbo.
When was Doorbrick? When did you start doing Ragno TK? Wasn't that around this time or was that earlier?
Dorbit came out in EX3. We got the Flamedramon in EX3 as well. It was around like BT9, BT10, and BT11.
Okay.
Was when I was playing it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it being in tier 2.
Okay. RB1.
You already know.
If it wasn't for Monzemon, this is like,
yeah,
it's a good play.
Yeah, Monzemon legitimately is the only card.
I love Gamamon. It did not make any waves. Not do anything.
It did not.
And neither did the other 2 decks in there, Jelly and the Rabbit.
They were even worse.
Even as a reprint set, it also failed because it didn't reprint cards like Davis.
It was so bad.
Why?
Like it was.
Why would you not reprint Davis?
The only thing this set did as a reprint set was Megatour Memory Boosts were basically free from that point forward.
Yeah, that was it.
They weren't expensive.
Yeah, that is it. That's the only thing it did successfully.
It gave some cards like a rarity bump, like it made foil of commons, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, like Jackraid and stuff.
Yeah,
we're talking too much about an awful set.
I agree.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah. BT13.
Royal Knights.
This is a good
set.
Yeah, this is 1, right?
Royal
Knights.
Knight.
This also was all the burst modes.
Yeah, this was the burst modes.
Yeah, Royal Knight and burst modes alone.
A lot of the shine stuff.
Not to mention you got the Bellface as well.
Yeah. I would want to say probably above BT10. I don't know about BT5.
I'd put it above BT5.
This was also the format that Blue Flare was like one of the top tier decks.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, both secret rares are also very good cards in general. You had to have both of them for the Royal Knight.
Yeah, you had to drop a bag to
get.
You had to drop a bag to play Royal Knights.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gallant still played to this day. Royal Knights is tier 1 nowadays.
I also think this is the first ever time we ever got a full blown bling deck, like with Royal Knight. Like people put out
all
gold Royal Knight deck. You saw somebody pull up with that, and you were like, "Hey man, you got it."
It's like, dude, I could buy half a Yu-Gi-Oh deck with that.
Yeah.
You invested, my guy.
Now, does this deck eventually lose one little gear boy? Yeah.
One little gear boy.
It's a good deck.
That's what Marcus was for. I'm thinking somewhere in tier 1. I don't know where.
Yeah, like BT5-ish? Or you think it's
just
tier 2? Because I remember we were in BT13 for a while. People were like, this is a good meta. Because it was like...
Oh, it was so diverse. I hated it, dude. I hated BT13.
People loved it.
Yeah, Sean hated it.
4 to 5 like tier 1.5 decks, and then a bunch of tier 2 decks that could all compete.
There's no
hated it. He's like,
because we didn't have side decks.
Yeah, Sean's like, I don't know what to be trying to build for. It could be anything.
I could play 5 different decks through the first 5 rounds at a major event, and it was awful because
I remember Sean's like, I hate this.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's gotta be somewhere in 1.
I'm gonna say bottom, maybe. I guess above BT10.
I think the reason I want to go above BT5 is because we also got the Mirage Burst, which took that deck into being the pain in our side.
Yeah, instead of a Floodgate, it became a Floodgate then OTKU deck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Also, Shine was crazy.
Yeah, Shine.
Shine Burst is still good.
It just had consistency issues, but if they saw the pieces, it was like, I'm gonna Marcus punch you and then swing for game with my first move.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. All right.
And now we have the official start of Aces.
Yeah, BT14.
We have the start of
new Bandai game designers.
Yep, this is the start of the new game designer president or whatever.
So, just to start, let's look at the Tamas for this set. So we have Koromon, generic good draw Tama, Bukamon at 1, Tokomon, I don't care about the next 2, and then Bowmon. Just starting at the Tamas, this is already a super good set. Like, the Greymon line was disappointing, like, we can all agree with that, But
Yeah.
we got cards like Zudo Ace. We got Patamon.
The
we got
Agumon was good.
Magnet.
You got all
Yeah.
the rookies with start of main effects. I think
Yeah.
that was a big that's what made Digimon Emperor come back into the meta is
Yes.
those rookies.
Yep.
Yep.
Before it was like,
Gauntlemon.
why would I care for that?
Lugamon. We got Secret War Greymon. We got
Zudo and Magna Angemon Ace like completely changed the game.
Yes.
yeah. It brought
The other-
security control back with the Magna.
The other two were kind of bad. But
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Are we
Is
going
it
bottom
enough,
of
though?
S tier?
I was gonna say, is
like
it
we kinda
enough for
have
you
to,
guys to
right?
consider S tier?
I mean, Ace has changed the game.
Yeah. As
Now,
I'm
if
fine
we're
with
doing how
bottom of S.
impactful the sets were, I feel like it's got to be bottom of S tier.
yeah,
I
think
mean, yeah,
I
I'm
think
fine with the bottom of
it
S.
fundamentally changed the way you had to play
Yeah.
the game.
Like it no longer
Now-
was do you have a blocker, it's do you have a Digimon that you can ace and blow me out with?
Now, I will say, I think obviously this is the weakest Aces have been because it is the start, but introducing the mechanic is so important, and it had a tier 1 deck built into the set with Lugamon. Like,
Oh,
you could
yeah.
just build Lugamon, and it's a tier 1 set.
Yeah, it was
Just-
out of the
just
box
look
tier
out
one
the
with just
gate.
old cards combined with
Yeah,
it.
I was literally playing basically BT14 Lugamon the last 2 weeks before Adventure came out, and I was still bullying people with it.
Yeah. The deck never got bad. They just introduced more stuff that was busted that you just had to cut that Finra
And like,
for.
this is also the start of Numa becoming even better because we got Platinum here. We got
It was another line of support. They had a few more months before they finally got the
Yeah,
card
we
game.
it wasn't until Ukos, right?
yes.
No, it was
BT15.
yeah, it was BT15.
Well, we needed Dex.
They needed X, and then they got the Ukos and BT16, and that's when it really started popping off.
I mean,
Right.
we even got the Digipolice in here. We got like Brigadramon, which was a nice fun deck.
All right, this next
Okay.
one's going to be kind of hard to measure, at least to me.
Properly judged.
Yeah. EX5.
All right.
In retrospect, this is the best set in all of Digimon.
This set was a mistake.
Yeah, it was, hey, let's power creep the
level
absolute...
unmatched.
Yes. They were like, yo, what if everything was just busted AF and you could just do whatever?
What was in this set?
What are the bad
let me-
what are the bad
what is it?
archetypes? What are the bad archetypes in this set?
So
What
the
are
bad archetypes are, let me scroll, Devas, which for a period of time they actually were
Oh,
playable.
that wasn't good. Yep.
So, Chris, let me just remind you what's in the set.
Yes.
Galaxy.
Yep.
Anubis,
Anubis.
Leviathan.
This has Edamon, Sean. This
It
has
does.
the taunt Edamon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Galaxy.
There was no good sixes yet, but it was
Yeah,
still
there were no good 6 aces yet,
Yeah,
but he
right.
was like, dude, I'm ready as soon as we get some black and yellow ones.
Yeah, so we have Galaxy, Anubis, Levia, Protoform, Heavy Leo, and the Devas, Metal X. I want to say that's about it. But just Galaxy being in here.
Dude, Galaxy and Anubis are like a different tier of like broken decks.
Yes.
Yes, but Galaxy didn't become that right here.
I know it was that's what I said in
still-
retrospect.
Yeah, in future, in retro.
This is a like the best set ever for power
Right.
wise. But it was such a
Right.
slow burn. Like I think people didn't even realize how good Leviathan was when this came out. Like he jumped in price once Levi X came out.
There was not a slow burn. This introduced a deck that was
Contending for was it the second worlds or third worlds?
I don't remember, but this was like one of the this introduced 2 decks that were just dominating Japan until the
Levi got
Pokemon.
second in Worlds, right?
I don't remember. This
Did
had
we get full power Melga in this?
this is Melga, which is basically full power besides the BT15 Melga stuff, and it's
And they nerfed
you
the
didn't
promo.
need it.
it's
They nerfed the
Anubis.
promo
you didn't
before,
need it.
right?
Yeah, we lost the promo a while ago.
Yeah,
he got hit.
the promo got hit after like BT10, I think.
But yeah, this has Garu X, which ew, and
Oh,
Gabu
ew.
X, which bring my boy back.
It's a good play.
Anubis, I still think should be at 0. I don't think
Yep.
it should be at 1. This also has Cerberus X, which a lot of people hate and think should be hit.
Oh, the Dark Animal engine.
Yeah, it has most of the Dark Animal package in it.
If this isn't S tier, this is top of tier 1.
I think it's S tier.
I would put it in between 9 and 10, personally.
9 and 7, you said?
Because I definitely think it's more impactful than hybrids, but I don't think it was as impactful as every color can now OTK you.
I guess, yeah. Also, like, the green stuff was not that good. Like, it was Leopard.
Yeah, the green stuff was bad.
Yeah.
It was Leopardmon and Leomon.
Yeah. Alright, BT15.
This is when Numamon came out.
This is when they
Yeah,
got
this
Numa
is when
EX.
Numa. Yep. And then, of course, we have Melga. We
And
have
Birds.
Angelomon, Ace, and Gatomon.
Oh, yeah, true.
We had one tournament with a illegal Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know why Ben signed up for it, because I saw it. He's like, "You gonna sign up for it?" And I was like, "No, why would
He
I'm
took
not?"
it as such a challenge. He's like, I can beat Apocalypse. I can do it with my broken Anubis deck. So he's just like, I can't do it. It's too much.
You can't deal with that for like 8 rounds, my guy.
I'll do it. I mean, other than that, the set is pretty okay. Like, there are really good stuff in it. Like, of course, we talked about Nume. Of Leviathan X.
Birds.
The birds are here.
Birds went from a joke archetype to a playable archetype. It's not a full archetype yet. They didn't get Phoenix X.
Yeah.
This is the continuation. This is the continuation of Luga just constantly getting support every single set, because we got Tyranno and we got a second line. At least a second level 3 and a second level 4.
I would be willing to put this maybe above EX4 or...
Yeah, I was thinking tier 2 somewhere.
I honestly wouldn't mind this being keeper of tier 2, because it did have Apocalypse in it, and it did give Numa the pieces to become tier 1.
I put it like behind, like, special release 1. It's a little bit better than BT4.
Okay.
I'm just not. I'm not rating Apocalypse for us, because this is for us, because we never got to use it.
It was the joke of a card.
Yeah.
We got to use it for one major event.
Yeah.
It just became what, Dark Master Megazoo? That's what the deck became?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bandai only did that so they didn't have to hear people complain about us never getting to play the format. They're like, "We don't know what we're missing." Yep. Bandai's like, "You can see what you were missing. Go ahead and sign up for an event."
Do it.
All right, BT16. I feel like this has to be S tier.
Yeah, so just to list off a couple cards: Magna X, Rapid X. Then we also have all the dual Davis, Ken, Cody, all of them. Ukomon. We have more Lucas support. We have Dino Beat for Perperial.
Just Ukomon alone is enough.
Valk Ace.
I think we actually had promo Ukomon before this, but this is when we got 2 Ukomons.
Yeah, this is when we got the second one.
No problem.
So Tyrant. We then have the best DNA card ever, Imperialdramon. We got the Galaxy Galgamon.
Oh yeah, that's what actually took that engine over the top. Galgamon.
The level 4 that lets you cheat and gain extra memory and gives damage.
I'm putting this above BT12. I think this might be the gatekeeper of tier 1.
I think this is S tier. I think this fundamentally changed how you had to approach the game.
When Valkyries came out and everyone found out the combo with Edamon, that was like...
And not to mention Magna...
Yeah, Magna X being a card, like, that affects how you build your deck.
You know what? You're right. I agree with you.
You could not get past Magna X unless you had Taunt.
Yeah. I think it's better than EX5.
Wait, this was yellow Magna X too. This wasn't just
this was full power Magna.
This was your lame. This is your lame. Like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and watch you. You're gonna show up to locals, and I'm just gonna laugh at you for even trying to come to something.
He literally had 2 people quit.
Meta.
2 people quit because they did not want to play against this card.
It wasn't just me. Ben did it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were both on it. The yellow rapid.
It's Ben's fault.
Cheating.
It was Ben's fault that I even played this because he wanted to test it versus me before we got BT16, and I was like,
no. Also, this is the creation of the Birds archetype with Phoenix X.
Yeah.
Phoenix X. Yep.
And
This is also where Sean robbed someone at gunpoint for Magnas.
Oh yeah,
Said,
I
"Give me 'em. Give
I
me 'em
caught
right
a
now."
lick.
You don't know how good this card is. Give it to me.
I didn't offer. He offered the trade to me, and I said yes. He literally was like, I need 2 Lucimon Chaos modes. I have an Alt Art Magna X and a regular Art Magna X. Who wants to trade for them? And I was like, I have 2 Chaos modes. I would love to trade you.
And then on
This
top of
set
that,
still has staples. It has,
I
like,
think this
staples
is
on
top
staples.
of S tier,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say either top or ahead of EX5.
I think this beats out BT9 for how much it changes the game.
BT9?
A lot of
I
people
bet.
quit this game because of Magna. A lot of people were
I
like,
get
I'm not playing.
Magna X is still a problem for some people.
America did hate
I
Magna.
think every color walked out of the set feeling better, and that's usually not the case because even green got Tyrant.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when does green
I
ever get
guess.
bone?
What black get?
It
More
actually, it was
and
incomplete. The Doru was incomplete. I remember trying to play test it, and until you got the Dex line, it felt like I'm missing something here.
Also,
Yeah.
all 3 of those dual tamers, I realize Davis and Ken's the best one right now, but I will say this until
Infinite
it happens. Eventually, those other 2 are going to be busted once we get enough
It's
cards.
something.
The TK Cody one, if there's a good deck for that, people are going to get so much more mad than stripping 3 sources.
That card is
They're like,
way worse than Ken and Davis if you just put the right.
You have
cards
4
around.
of them on the field. You're like, okay, Digivolve that, and that because I DNA'd for free and gained 2 memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely. I think this is the top of S tier.
I'm fine with that.
Like it's only going to get better with time
Yeah.
until stuff like this set alone got a couple of cards on the ban list.
I think all 3 of those DNA cards through the level 5s are all very good too. Obviously, Pyeldramon's the most abused because it's got the best support. But the Shukumon's very good. It just, no one's been able to figure out
they find their way into decks all over the place.
Yeah.
And then the Sylphimon's also very good. It's just, again, if either one of those cards had the same kind of support, like legacy support that Pyodramon had, they'd be very good.
Yeah, which eventually they're gonna get. Like it's only a matter of time.
Yes.
So like this set is just it was good out of the gate, and it's also gonna be a slow burn because eventually those
The only
others.
stinker was Mallow Myotismon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Is that when they introduce some of those cards that can loop? Like, I know they don't get played a whole lot, but
the Art Kenny Mummy combo.
yeah, those are like, that's a loop deck right there that like
You can do some shenanigans with that, yeah.
you
Also,
can do shenanigans.
Isn't it around this time period where we got the promo that created the infinite loop that created our first ever infinite turn skip that had to be emergency banned?
The Zubamon?
We got that in EX5, and I think it was discovered before BT16, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it's around here where that happened.
Well, the Zuba was a promo anyways, right?
Yeah, we got it
I
as a
was
box
just
topper for
pointing it out.
EX5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay.
Giving props to EX5 for breaking the game.
Yeah. We forgot about the box topper for EX5. Some of which are still expensive.
What was the trainings?
Trainings were BT14.
That was BT14.
BT14? What was the box toppers for?
It was like the Seedramon that you have that's like $50 a pop.
All the
Shadramon too, right?
That's super expensive. Yeah,
Dude,
the Raremon?
Shadramon's BT14 box topper.
Okay.
Was it Raremon?
Raremon was a box topper for EX5. The Sabermon or Saberdramon or whatever that you played in Anubis.
The bird.
Yeah.
And that was a good set.
It was a very good set. Alright. EX6.
Well, I mean,
just
you're
a
biased.
reminder-
I am biased, but if you look at the set as a whole and just scroll through
It's
it,
very good.
like it's top to bottom, just like busted stuff.
It's just like what Ragna sucks in this set. That's it. Ragna and that what is it?
Hey, Ragnar saw some results. It wasn't consistently seeing results, but it was seeing some tops
The
randomly
only
here and there.
archetype we got in this set that never saw, well, I guess there's 2 technically, is the Dandevimon and whatever the hell the
Shakamon?
Yeah, the Shakamon deck. Those are the only 2 archetypes that got introduced in the set that never saw results.
So, just as a friendly reminder, this is the set that introduced 7 Great Demon Lords. It introduced Angel.
Mm-hmm.
It introduced Cherub Ace.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave that by itself. Like, Brendan to say more. And then it also introduced the Ragna, as we have already said.
Yeah, and the
This was
Mastermind.
peak. This was peak Mirage hate too, because they got Wankoon, and it shifted from Mirage to blue toolbox with good blue stuff at the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this where this is also where Galaxy started being like really relevant, right? Where they're like, hey,
people started figuring out what Galaxy could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our first wave of Diaboromon support is going to be finished with 17.
It doesn't sound like there's. It sounds like there's a card here or there that's like kind of impactful, but it doesn't sound like there's
literally brought the new version of Royal Knights, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, but that's like the only real archetype. Like Ragnar saw some results, but nothing like crazy.
Literally Angels right there.
Oh, Angels. Yeah.
I think this is probably top of tier 1.
Yeah, it's definitely better than BT13, and I think it probably has more lasting effects than 12.
Yeah, like it didn't fundamentally change the game, but there were some really busted archetypes that are only going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah, and they're technically still playable. That's the thing.
Yeah, you can still play Angels. You can still play Demons.
You saw what they did to current Royal Knights, how they just like super juiced it up with just a couple bits of support. If they do that for Demon Lords, which was arguably a better archetype, it's just gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and we're slowly getting trickle support for Angels, which gradually makes it better. It's still way underrepresented for how broken it is, which still is a shock to me. I don't know why it's so underrepresented.
You get beaten by a stray Tuarmon in a hunter's list.
Yep. I did that to Sean yesterday. I was like, alright, Digivolve into this. Digivolve that? He goes, what?
I had a Hexablow on the field, and I was like, oh, okay, you just can't do anything. He's like, Evo into this 4 D-Evo that guy, and I was like, what the hell?
I think that's the reason it's underrepresented, is because Digivolve is just finding its way into every other color right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely format dependent, but like, I feel like it should see more results, because like, if you don't see those matchups, you just auto win versus a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You go. Oh, you're playing red or purple? Get out of here.
Or green. You're playing any
or
of
green,
these 3
or
colors.
green or blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think top tier 1's good.
Okay. BT17.
All right, so this is a personal favorite of mine, because it had Ancient Gray, Ancient Garu, all the level 7 aces, the Omni DNA deck. Pulsemon, who cares? Shine Gray Ace. It had the rest.
Tamagotchi?
Yes, it
Tamagotchi.
is. Yeah, it had the Ancients and all that stuff.
The Dex Doru line, and then we also got some Eosmon, but who cares? All the Tamers, all the options, Tamagotchi.
I remember doing the pre-release for this set. And Brandon was unfortunately not able to be there.
I was at a wedding.
Me and Sean were talking. They did not allow us to buy any of this set.
Oh yeah, that was when we couldn't. That was when they started. You can't buy a whole box part of the.
And I remember that me and Sean were so pissed off because this set was that good that we both wanted to get some of this set. Brandon especially, because he really wanted Omni DNA.
And
I mean, it's.
I wanted both.
Yeah, I think. Is this? It's either top of tier 1 or like somewhere in there or like S.
No.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
You don't think so?
No.
Get out of here, EX6. Snuggle up right next to it. I think this is just as impactful as EX6 was, because
that's what I'm saying.
This had level 7 aces, so it fundamentally does change how you have to think about it, because now 6s are traps. It's not game breaking changing like BT14, because we didn't know what aces were, but you did have to play differently. I don't think it's bottom. I think it's top of.
I mean, you did say it fundamentally changed how you had to approach the game.
No. I'm saying it's just another. It's like, I think BT14 is like when it changed it. I think BT17 is just kind of riding its coattails. It's like now you got to deal with.
You think this is above EX6?
I think it's above EX6.
I am A-okay with it staying right there. And that's personal bias. I will be completely transparent, because Josh and Ben introduced me into Ancient Omni, and I did not put down that deck until they banned it, and even then, I tried coping with it.
Ancient Omni was cool.
I
just
fell
think
in love with that deck.
It did get 2 cards limited for no reason. And Red Hybrid still plays a lot of those cards.
Ancient Omni was the reason why Louis got limited, Hammerspark got limited, and I'm pretty sure it's the reason why the promos got limited.
Okay, so 4 cards.
That was, I just listed 3. What
And
was
then
the
we
fourth one?
also...
What?
I mean,
there's the
also
2 hybrids. And then,
oh, that's true. Yeah,
Hammer. Yeah.
I think they just hit both of them just because.
Right.
Not to mention
yeah,
they had to hit Luga because of the Takamuchi.
Yeah.
I think Dom and the Angels deck and the 7 Great Demon Lords aren't as meta changing as the Takumi Kazuchi deck was, because it was like, it felt like coming back to like almost BT9 era where it's like nothing's really gonna OTK me like that, and then if they saw their cards they would just play a Tyrannomon turn 1 and put something in the back. If you couldn't clear that Tyrannomon, you couldn't prepare for that turn 2, they're OTKing you no matter how much memory they had.
So top of tier 1.
I'm okay with that.
I'm
that
okay
or
with
bottom
top
of S.
1 or bottom of S. I'm okay with either.
Dude, plus like Crimson Ace and Paladin Mode Ace.
So are we putting it in
and
this
First
tier
Mode
then,
Ace.
Josh?
No.
Okay.
I think they're just really good. It's really good. I don't think it changed the format.
I would agree.
To the end of the earth.
All right.
It just made it. Every deck was just giga juiced.
Yeah, like even we just talked about it. Like Dexdoru also got its stuff.
All right. So
Diaboromon got the finale of its stuff.
I think EX7 is like right there.
Only 2 cards in it are worthwhile.
So what was this?
It was just Galaxy got Hexablow.
Yeah, it's Hexablow.
That's right. This is the Liberator set.
Yeah. Blue got Otamamon.
Shoto Mother. Shoto Mother became a deck.
Yeah, that's the second card. Yeah, Hexablow and Shoto.
All right, I'm willing to put it above the X1.
Yep.
All right.
You don't want to put it in Kofi. You just want to put it in. It's good to have fun.
No, it's just like EX1 though, because it's like
3 or 4 cards.
3 cards. I guess if you try to play anything else, you're just having fun.
Yeah, if you try to build an archetype from this set, you're not gonna have a good time.
Ben will be mad. He's gonna be like, "What about Cinderella, Mom?
What about Cinderella? What about Heavy Metal? I have those decks fully maxed out."
Let me put it this way. This is the set I got buyer's remorse with, because I bought 2 boxes, didn't pull a single Hexblow, and hated it. Yeah, every card I pulled, I hated it.
This is the set where I came and they didn't have any boxes left to buy, and I was happy.
Because Dante bought them all. Dante
bought like 3 boxes, and I got there and they're like, they didn't have any product left, and I was like, oh, I wasn't going to buy it anyway. The set sucks.
I guess like even nowadays, it's just like, now that Shoto's gone, it's just 2 cards, right?
It's literally it's like EX1, but like I guess the power level of those cards, because it's still relatively recent, are better. But like it's a couple of cards and the rest of the set is just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And it was such a weird thing to go from like the sets that we had that last year from EX5 to BT17 and then EX7. They're just
it was BT16, EX6, BT17, then this. Like those 3 are like bangers.
Well, yeah, it's EX5, BT15, BT16, EX6, BT17, EX7.
I definitely feel like they were trying to be like, okay, we're gonna stop the power creep.
Guys. Yeah, they were like, we need to chill out. I'm like, okay, that means we're not gonna play these cards because these cards are worse than the cards they've already given us.
Yep.
This is one of their back in the day, just like these other EX sets, where they're like, you know what? Let's try and introduce some new archetypes that aren't going to be strong enough right off the rip or ever to compete with the meta.
Yes.
This is like a hey, let's get new people into the game kind of set.
Yeah, they gave us some cool side mega, and they gave us the 2 dragons that you play in Galaxy Dragons, but like,
right,
the set as a whole is just trash. All right, 2.0.
What do you guys think of 2.0?
I think 2.0 in hindsight is extraordinarily disappointing, because all we realistically got out of it was Shadow Serafi, Purple Hybrid, and Lord Nightmon X. Those were the things that we got out of this set.
Millenniumon was in there, right?
This
is the same. True
hindsight, we really just got Purple Hybrid.
Yeah, because like Lord Nightmon X, I always felt like it's like, well, if you're playing this, you should just play Leviathan. It's a better version.
Lord Diamond X is a glass cannon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm. Is it Cope or is it tier 2?
The Z Millennium on deck was Cove. The Dark Nightmon stuff was Cove. The Lucamon stuff was Cove. The Dinosaur X Antibody was Cove.
Mm-hmm.
All the hybrid Susan decks were Cope.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, that is this one. Yeah. Copium.
I guess Topicopium because you got purple hybrid out of it, but like
yes, Topicopium.
Yeah. It had one meta-defining deck come out of it.
Yeah.
There is definitely 100% going to be a comment. Someone's going to leave this comment. Don't do it. They put 2.0 in Copium, but it's got the best deck ever, purple hybrid. One deck. There's one thing coming out of that set. Come on now.
Also, this is like a special release set, so it was extra chunky. Like, there's so much stuff in this set.
Yeah.
It was hard to pull stuff. Yep.
And
it felt like they packed all the other good stuff in 2.5.
2.5. Yep.
Yeah. Because they gave us purple hybrid in 2.0. They're like, you can't have all that in one set.
You know where to put it, Sean.
I'm trying to find it on here. Where the hell is LM?
I think LM is before the EX5, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. All right, so this did give us scrambles and the dual boost. It also gave us Gabu and Agubond Ace.
Cyberdra Ace, Magidra Ace.
Yeah, in early LM sets, they get regular ones.
Are we really considering this a set, though? Is this like...
It was a product that you could buy. It wasn't just some pack you got at the store.
Yeah, that's true. I mean...
Scrambles changed the game.
Yeah, Scrambles did change the game.
Scrambles and the dual memory boosts were legitimately very good for a lot of decks.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to talk about how Perperial got a dual boost? Like, come on.
I think Jade memory boost is disappointing because Imperial was just like, I just play Ken and Davis in every search. I don't need
we've had a tamer that could do this all along. What do you mean you guys are just not getting this? We could always add 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's literally the you guys are getting paid meme.
Yeah.
Are we counting the ones that we just got, like the booster pack of?
No, we don't count those since those actually came in to BT21.
Okay, because Darkdramon is the best purple ace that they've gotten,
and the best. Well, I guess it's probably tied with Shadow.
Yeah.
For best black.
I think I'd put it somewhere in tier 2. I think it had enough cards in it where I'd be like, yeah, everybody was happy with this.
I think the scrambles, along with a couple of level 7 aces and the dual tamers, like bump it up, even though like
dual searchers.
You think it's like top of tier 2?
Yeah.
You think it's better than BT? You think it's better than BT6 with the bonds, basically?
I just don't think there was enough in this to consider it like.
I mean, it's not.
Yes, there's like.
I'll put it above. Yeah. 1.0. It's just really hard. Like the scrambles definitely changed the game.
Yes.
But that's basically
it. Made Imperial playable again because they were able to start over.
They also gave it to every color at the same time.
Yeah, which was nice.
Very nice.
So everything kind of got that power up.
Yeah.
I just remember some of the other cards in that being like just box filler. Like there's nothing else in there.
Any of like the Ghost Game stuff was box filler for sure. Any of the what was it? It was like
hold on, I have a stack of LM cards.
It was like a weird like a Ryudamon.
Yeah, it was just really weird cards.
And like a mushroom. I don't remember those cards.
Oh, well the cards you're talking about came out in BT15 for us in English.
Oh, they're earlier?
Yeah, they were mixed in with BT15.
This had Dromogimon, where it was like you could put it in the battle area and then it would come back to the raising area or something like that.
Yeah,
it's just really random cards.
Is that mold with the drill for the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one had Dromoj. Gatsumon. Gatsumon X.
Cards I haven't put in my collection yet are just sitting to my left.
Yeah. So Dromoj, Gatsu X, Myotis X, Wanya,
nothing.
Minnow, Exermon, and I think that's it.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like, yeah, the scrambles and the dual color searchers were cool, but it's just like not enough otherwise. That's why I'm like, tier 2 is perfect. It's right in the middle.
Yeah. All right, EX8.
All right, Sean, put your medieval away.
Is the secrets in this set better than Magna X and Rapid X? Is this like the best set of secret rares?
Ooh.
Medieval and Gallant X.
Yeah, are they better than Magna X and Rapid? Because I feel like
I'm
Rapid's like
I think it's
like Magna and Gallant are, I think, are just kind of even, but Medieval's way better than Rapid.
I think that Magna by itself was so warping. I remember that time there being so many posts on the Facebook group
There's
talking
still
about
happen.
that card. Yes,
Still
and
happen.
I do see some posts about Medieval. I don't see anything about Gallant X.
I am shocked that there's not more complaints about Medieval, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
considering how many people complain about Death X as a card, I am shocked that people aren't just complaining this at the same level about Medieval.
I see people say, "Oh, way to play such an expensive card in your deck," but not to the level of hate and animosity that went towards Magna X. I think Magna X by himself, even with Rapid X, and Rapid X is no slouch. It's a good card.
It's because he sits there, Chris, and he just looks at you.
Yeah,
That's what really tilts people off the.
Yes,
they can remove a medieval, and they can remove a Gallant X, but it's just because they can't remove the Magna X. They're just like, it's looking at me.
It won't go away.
I think that Magna X by far and away is the best secret we've ever gotten in the entire game. Medieval is up there. It's definitely goated.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't have the impact that Magna X had in the game.
I just got an idea.
Not yet.
This was the set I remember. I was like, dude, I don't want any alt arts. I just want to pull secrets. I just want a secret.
Yep.
Yeah.
This set overall is pretty butts. The best things we got out of it, let me go through everything, is we got Dino Rex, that whole like archetype.
Yep.
We got the Geo X line, which is probably the best thing to come out of this. We got fish support, like Aegis.
Fish! Keep saving
Yeah, we got fish.
Hey, that deck's not bad. Josh plays that deck very well.
Yeah.
It's underrepresented. It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
People just need to build it, not pure. And it's good.
Metal Seadramon is in here as well. That's a really good ace. Yellow basically got nothing.
That's Sakuyamon X.
Yeah, that's about it. Green kind of also didn't get much. They got like the Hercules ace. Black got the Pyramidi archetype and Justy X.
Oh,
Purple
God.
got the Boutmon deck. And then Gallant and Medieval.
It's just like the secrets are carrying the set a lot.
Yeah.
Hard carrying.
In like amount of impact. Plus, people were hyped for Gallant. Like, they wanted to play Gallant. That's why Medieval was cheaper than Gallant X on release. Because people have been anticipating a good Gallant deck since EX2.
Yeah.
I remember being able to swipe up an extra Medieval because it was so undervalued when it first came out. Yeah.
I remember I pulled a Medieval out of my box and I bought 2 more for $60 a piece. And that was after they'd already started going up, because I think release weekend they were like 40.
Yeah.
But after I tested with Ben and I put Medieval Gallants in my deck, I was like, oh my god, this card is broken.
I'm never going back.
Yeah, I was like, I've tasted the power.
But the problem is, if
Medieval dick got wrecked.
I don't know where I'd put it because
it's
like
really hard.
I'm biased because I like fish and I think Medieval's broken, but
I think it has enough. I think it has enough cards, and the secrets do carry it to maybe bottom of tier 1. I don't think it has enough impactful cards to go any higher.
I'm looking at it as it's better than BT6, but I'm struggling to know if it's better than BT10 in my mind right now. I want to say it's somewhere there.
How impactful is Medieval Gallantmon though? I think it
by himself.
He himself, I think, is enough to carry this.
I have not picked up my Blue Flare deck just because that card got printed. I can't figure out a way to beat Medieval Gallant with Blue Flare because your only answer to it is like adding it back to their hand. and then they just play it again.
You do it with the new Taiki. You do it with the new Taiki. Oh wait, that's just Cross that does that with Cross 6.
Well, Cross doesn't have Blue Flare's problem. Cross can just play that Jaeger Darula thing and be like, turn off your one Digivolving.
Yeah.
We don't even have to do that anymore with BT21 Taiki.
You got the options. You got options.
Yeah, we just attack over it now. But the thing is, we could say the same thing about EX1. Analog Youth is still being played in all purple decks.
That doesn't change. That doesn't like. That's not.
No, it's not game changing. Yeah,
You can't splash Analog Youth and do any deck and be like, this makes this deck better.
I said be purple adjacent.
I mean, we can say the same thing about Death X, of course. Death X is also one of those cards that has a very like good ceiling on him. He's just going to be played depending on the format.
Like,
I'm saying either above. It's gotta be like somewhere low end of tier 1.
You put it top of tier 2.
Sean's not happy with that. He wants it higher.
So I understand.
I'm trying not to be biased. I love the fish deck, and I think Aegis is like a secret like S tier deck.
I agree. After having played against it multiple times,
the rest of the set is packed.
I understand the rest of the set is absolute garbo, but the issue is Medieval is so impactful, and also that fish deck is very good.
But that's just like your opinion, man.
It is. This whole thing is subjective. So,
where
it's
would you
our
put
opinion.
it? Where would you put it, Sean?
I think it is somewhere around like maybe between BT12 and 1.5.
All right, happy middle. All right, because everyone else is saying top of tier 2, bottom of tier 1. Let's put it between 11 and 13, just to make you happy.
I was compromising by putting it at the top of tier 2, bottom of tier 1. I want it to be like above BT12.
Hey,
I'm kind of
Josh, allow your bias to take hold. Is that where you want it?
You know what's really hurting? That 1.5 right there. I don't like how high 1.5 is in tier 1.
We'll reevaluate once we're done putting the sets up
Okay.
You can put it next to. You can put it. I say put it next to BT12.
like to the
Yeah,
left
I'm
of
fine
it or
with
to
that.
the right of it.
you don't have to. You don't have to succumb to him.
That
right?
one.
Just
To the right.
you guys don't have to succumb to John. I know it's his channel, and he has the ability to never let us show up again. But it's okay to disagree with you guys.
If you think about it, also in retrospect, that what was it, Gil X and Growl X?
All those the Gallon X.
the entire Growl
They're the
line.
main. I feel like Gallant didn't really need it, but the Megidra line, they use those cards way more.
I agree.
think War Girl X is like one of the best cards out of that set.
People.
Level 5X antibodies are some of the strongest things in the game.
Yeah.
We gotta put this PSA out. People need to stop playing Megidramon. Children play this game, and that deck promotes suicide.
Oh, it does.
If you get it, if you get it, you get it. Did you see that post on the group, Sean?
No, I didn't.
Dude posted. I guess he was getting absolutely just rammed by Megidramon, and he got so upset he posted on the group page that people need to stop playing Megidramon because children play this game and it promotes suicide.
Flip and slide and
I'm
all
assuming that
over
was
the
a meme
place.
post, but you never can tell on that
Yeah, you
Facebook
can
group.
never tell.
Sometimes people are not
2.5.
being ironic.
This has Cross 6
going through it.
S tier.
Yeah, going through it, we have cross support. We got the Tamers Aces, so War Growl, Rapid, Sakuya.
Oh yeah.
We got the Beals support with its new Blast. Okay, who cares? We got the Examon line, the new Jessmon line. Perperial made its comeback. Heavy Leo, not Heavy Leo. Boncho
Heavy
Leo
Metal?
with his chaos deck.
Excel.
Valder,
yeah.
thank you. Invisimon for Galaxies. Takamikazuchi got some support here. And we also got the Cool Boy package for Royal Knights. That's being tier 1.
That's four like meta like contender decks. It's Royal Knights, it's Sakuya, it's Galaxy
Chronicle.
full power,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chronicle is here as well.
and then it's Perperial.
Yeah.
Like those are four, like, oh my goodness, you have to think about those decks when you're building a deck nowadays.
So are we doing top of tier 1?
and Crossheart it's up there with the big dogs. Crossheart is scary. I wouldn't say when this set came out, but when BT21 comes out, yeah, I feel like Cross really joins that like threat level.
I'd say it's around BT12 territory, where a lot of things came out and was actually like, oh, this is all playable. This is a good set.
It just juiced everything up, but it didn't like really change the way you play the game. It just is like everything is strong now.
It's like Josh said, like they held all like the decent to good cards for 2.5 and gave us 2.0, and 2.0 was so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Omni X is also Omni Birdmon.
Token.
Yeah.
Oh, but how hard back does that Nene card pull this down though?
Nene wasn't in this set.
Oh, was that 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh wait, yeah, it was. Where's it at in here?
It was this one. It's halfway.
It was this one?
It's if you only scroll halfway down.
Yeah, because remember it was really secret rare. Yeah.
It was the stinker.
Okay.
You didn't want to pull the Nene.
Yeah, it was the bad one, which apparently they overprinted it because I didn't pull any Zephygas and I only pulled like one regular art Omni.
Yep.
This is just a good set all around. I feel like nobody
All
like
around. Yeah.
Rapidmon was a stinker.
Yep.
Well, I guess
War Growl is a stinker.
Beelzemon got support, but I don't think Beelzemon's done anything.
It didn't do enough.
Yeah.
This is the thing is though, and I know we don't want to show it any respect. Sakuyamon did start like actually becoming relevant here.
When the guy at Worlds showed off that Sakuya X Valdararm, it's like, oh, you can just kill your opponent. You don't have to like play Ruin mode. You don't have to play through Talmon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, that's actually a good deck.
So where are we putting this?
Like I said, I think it's definitely above BT12 bare minimum. I don't know if I'd put it above.
EX6?
I think it is because EX6 really only gave us two archetypes that are actually like viable.
I'm fair with that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between BT17 and EX6.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
It makes sense because this is also our next round of level 7 aces.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now with this set, our most recent set, it might still be too early to tell like how far into the future, like how impactful this is. I think this set introduced. I know we kind of joked around about all the tamers being supers, but like literally all those tamers, some of them literally brought some decks from the dead. I mean, look at Hunters. The Cross got their tamer. Even Red Hybrid. I don't know if you play that Takato. I think you do, right, Brandon?
Yeah, no, you play that Takuya.
Yeah, you play that. There's, I think, all those tamers really help some decks. It even created the hero deck, which I don't know how good it is.
Apparently, it just puts tamers on the field and then decks itself out.
When you play heroes,
last night.
Yeah, when you play heroes, you go, why am I not playing hunters? This is just a similar archetype.
So Josh,
I haven't played
last night, but Will literally at the end of turns, game 2 versus Dante in the last round, had like 7 tamers on the field and a bunch of sources underneath, like a couple of them, and then his hand was 3 more tamers and he had no cards in deck.
Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know what happened.
How did this happen?
You got to collect them all.
Yeah.
And Josh has played Gamma. I don't know how good it is. I know people are coping with it.
It brought it from unplayable to like you're able to compete.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like you're gonna like dominate the meta or change things. Like you can steal some games from some top tier decks. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. And then of course you're gonna hate to hear this. This also introduced Atmon. So
I don't like it. I'm an Atmon hater.
Ew.
Then of course we haven't seen results for it, but people are hyping it up. Galactimon.
No.
They're definitely in the comments talking about it.
It's the thing with Galacticmon. If the decks right now are becoming more and more tamer reliant, Galacticmon will feast because of promo Destramon. I completely forgot that card got rid of tamers, and I think it's up to 7 play costs. So that's a 4 and a 3. That's 2, 3. Like
playable.
Yellow. What are you saying?
We got
I'm saying
shine.
yellow's not seeing as much of playability. Right now.
Right.
Like no, you said shine, but you're still working a shine list, right?
Yeah.
Like people are still trying to figure out like what's the best yellow deck. And is it old Dom? Is it new shine? Because if there's a good yellow deck in the meta, I think Galactimon struggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I personally think, and I know Sean's going to disagree with this. I think the burst shine is I think it just kills your opponent fast enough to where it's viable, but it's
the game doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the same problem Shine's always had. It's just too inconsistent. Too many pieces needed. Yeah.
I mean, also this set did give us adventure support to make the adventure deck complete with your Tai, your Greymon, your Garu, Weregaru, and Metal Gray. All very good cards for the adventure archetype. We, of course, also got the Wingardium Leviosas. The armors for Armor Rush. I know that's very hyped. Medusamon, very hyped. Examon, cool, I guess. And then, yeah, Hunter's Atmon. Like, overall, a good hodgepodge of a lot of archetypes that are actually, like, pretty solid now.
Yeah. I know, like, we talked about this. We were like, this set is kind of like, But I think we will look back at this set and be like, it was a good set. It was, like, an okay set.
It is extremely early to try to weigh this, especially since we haven't had, like, any major events yet. So I'm honestly not sure where to put this.
I think you right down the middle it. You just put it somewhere between 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like it's good. Our first impressions is it looks good.
I would say top of tier 2 right now, or bottom of tier 1, just for
Also, we should probably do some reorganizing and drop a lot of, because like that's a lot for tier 1.
We will
make tier 2 bigger.
All right. So now that we have that, let's definitely reevaluate this. How do we feel about the S tier?
I feel like the S tier is perfect. I think we really nailed it with the S tier sets.
Yeah, that's the big top 5 sets of Digimon.
Okay.
Yep.
Tier 1. We definitely need to drop some of these down.
I think 1.5 could probably get knocked down a couple spots. If not, maybe make it the top of tier 2.
I'm okay with that.
Well, and just move everything else behind it. Like BT5, BT10, and BT21.
Just move them down to tier 2?
Yeah. Because, I mean, BT5 was cool. Like, you got your Lord Nightmon stuff. But, yeah, I think that's...
So, 17, 2.5.
I think that looks better for me, yeah.
EX6.
Yeah, because BT13 was Mirage and Royal Knights, right?
Yeah.
And Belfi.
Yeah. I went ahead and bumped EX8 to the bottom of tier 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Alright, tier 2.
I'm actually really happy with how this one looks.
I think you put EX4 in Copium.
That's what I was thinking too. Does it need to drop off?
Yeah.
It's just like Ruin Mode.
Ruin Mode.
I think of EX4. I think, that's the set Ruin Mode came out in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think it makes sense for tier 2 to have the most, because I think we've had the most like medium tier sets. They just come out, they upgrade some stuff, and they're just okay.
True. I like the bottom being Lobo and Agunimon for game.
Yeah.
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 All right, Copium.
I think the rest is perfect, because I don't think any of those sets are bad enough for it's a good play. Because those 3 sets are really bad.
Yeah, I said that
those were the money wasters.
I said that EX3 had no good decks, but you reminded me, Chris, that Dorbeck actually was a deck and it actually topped a couple times.
Yeah, it actually won. I think it was a regional.
I would move it up the ladder of Copium just because of that. Because it actually won something. Not like crazy far, like around like 2.0.
I'm okay with that.
I think this is a very good list that we have.
Yeah.
People will not like that we put BT8 in Copium, but they can suck on rocks.
It was a cool set when it came out, but there was nothing like crazy about it. I was happy because we finally got multicolored cards and it opened up deck building.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm legitimately sitting here thinking like, I'm just sitting like, oh man, I hate going to my bulk of that set because it's just multicolor this, multicolor that, like. I
Yeah.
hate having to go through it.
No, I think this looks good. All right, we're content on RB1 being the worst set over EX1.
EX1 has analog.
Yeah.
RB1,
RB,
like
what makes
I-
RB1 even worse for me is it didn't really reprint any cards
Right.
that people who were already established in the game wanted. Like no Davis, no analog, no X antibody. Like
Hell,
there
it
were
didn't
so
even
many
reprint a
cards.
lot of cards that people were trying to get into the game would want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't
Okay.
put reprints in that set that actually made players like us want it.
You know what I'll say? I agree with both of you because we can say this. I bought EX1. I didn't buy any RB1.
I didn't buy a single thing RB1.
I unfortunately bought like 3 or 4 boxes of RB1. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking.
Because you hate yourself.
I guess so, dude.
I bought the singles for RB1. I didn't buy a box.
Yeah, that's what I bought.
I have
The Monzy
no
ones.
idea why I bought that many. I think it was like 3 boxes, if I'm not mistaken. No,
It was cheaper than regular boxes, right?
Yeah, maybe that's why. I just wanted to open packs. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah, I'm okay with this right here.
Okay.
This looks good.
Solid list.
All right.
That is the definitive tier list for sets. Anyone else's is wrong.
Drop your
heard it
opinion
here
in the
first.
comments about how wrong we were.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them. They will.
Just remember, this is coming from like all of us have been pretty much playing the game since the beginning, right? Josh, when did you get in?
I couldn't play in 1.0 because
Right.
of scalpers, and I remember I bought the yellow TK structure deck for $50 online just so I could play in
Oh
house.
God,
Yeah, and
it's like the worst one.
yeah, I know, but it was the only one that you could buy because the blue and the reds
Right.
were But I remember I was in Orlando at the time, and I came back to Pensacola with Ben, and we bought a ton of the double pack. It was like
Yeah, it came with Rise Greymon.
yeah,
Right,
it was
right,
like special release 1.0 and special release 2.5 or 1.5.
Yes. Yeah.
And emailing, and we bought like 40 of those and made our own decks out of that. So
Yeah,
I've been playing since the start.
Yeah, so like all of us have been playing from the get go. So
I
You
there's
said you were
started-
playing
I started in
the
1.5.
Japanese game.
yeah, me
right?
and Brian we're playing Japanese cards.
You
Yes.
guys are OG. You were talking about
Yes.
the boogeyman of Shine Greymon's
So-
coming. You better watch out.
We ordered from a Japanese website to have Japanese red and blue starter deck shipped over. I literally had
We
the
got all three.
laptop pulled. Yeah, we got all
Yeah.
three. We had a laptop next to us while we were playing, so we could look up. Again, this is crazy because the cards were like there were no real effects. We would like have to look it up and be like, okay, this is what this card does.
Dang, this one has
again,
words on. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, we gotta
I
look
get
it up.
2,000 DP with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been playing
So,
since OG days.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
started either
like, I
week
remember
1 or
telling-
week 2 of 1.5.
Yeah, I remember telling this before, but basically, Chris has never trusted me when it comes to card games because I will get him back in. Because this is back when we played Yu-Gi-Oh. I would get him back into Yu-Gi-Oh for like 2 weeks and then drop it. Like
Yep.
they would bring up, like they would print the gold Sark that had 3 decks from the pro tags, or it was like, oh, here's a red eyes deck, a blue eyes deck, dark magician deck. I was like, oh, dude, we gotta play these. These are so good. Let's have fun. You know,
Yeah, you
I
got
bought
swindled
out
by
like,
some Megatons when they're coming
yeah,
out.
I
Yeah.
bought up some. I bought up like all of Walmart's Legendary Collection Kaiba. Pulled like Ash Blossoms and stuff. I was so popping off. I got all my like cool stuff, and then I drop it like 2 weeks later. And Chris was always in there in the weeds with me. But then I tell him like one day I was like, dude, they're making a new Digimon card game. We don't have any announcement of an English
That's-
release.
Dude, that's not even how it went. He goes, dude, they're creating a card game for one of our favorite IPs. He's like, can you guess what it is? And I guess like everything. He goes, Digimon. I'm like, yo, Digimon? And then there
Yeah.
was a channel, shout out, I think it's Wazzy Plays or something like that. I remember
The guy goes,
being,
"What's up?" Or
Yeah.
like every time. I remember when Digimon's popping.
yeah, I remember when I would be at work and I'd like be listening to him, and because they were sets ahead of us. Dude, I was listening to all of him, all the card reveals that Japan was getting and stuff like that, like learning about all those cards from future sets and stuff. And I'm like, yo, this game's gonna pop off.
So I remember telling Chris about it, getting him into it, and he was like, "You're just gonna get me into another card game, and we're never gonna play it." And here we are, 21 official sets in.
I was
fully committed.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying they're fully committed to the game now.
Yeah, I went into TBS to buy Pokemon, and I saw the 1.5 boxes. This had to have been the week of the release, because they had a bunch of boxes in there, like it was Dave in there, and I was like, is that Digimon? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'll buy a couple of those. And I opened it, and I was like, I pulled the Alt Art Black War secret, which when I googled it, I was like, I want that card, and I pulled it out of the first box I opened, and I was like, I'm hooked.
I'm hooked. I don't have them currently next to me. I thought I did, but I still have the Digitama sleeves that came with the Japanese decks, and I still use them from here and there. Where it's the back of it is, it's so good. And if you look inside you can see Koro, Suna, and Toko.
Your internet is affecting.
He's just talking about some Tama sleeves.
I heard that part, but he was doing this thingy, and like the audio was cutting out, and I'm like,
when he wants his deck to be like really like dressed up, he's like, bring out the fine china. We're gonna get the good sleeves for this one.
Bring me the good sleeves, Jeeves.
All right, Sean, let's hear those comment questions.
All right, comment questions. Friendly Ginger 4877. Hey guys, I was wondering, how do you guys feel about both Imperial this format? I still find them really strong, especially blue-green. I've been playing Imperial red-purple a lot, and the dex is good, but it just doesn't love me. When it comes down to play for fun, the decks, the crazy plays turn to fighter mode, but when it really matters, it bricks like you're trying to build a house.
Yeah.
Ben never seems to brick against me playing red-purple Imperial.
You gotta be born lucky like Ben. You just gotta have that dog in you where you're like, I'll always high roll.
When that man says, I need to mill 2 or 3 specific cards with Analog Youth, boom, boom, boom. Alright, I just win now.
That's why I don't think that deck is actually tier 1, is because you have the ability to just lose to yourself.
Yeah.
Just do nothing for 3 turns.
Yeah, and blue-green Imperial just has way more consistency fixed cards than Imperial.
It is a big tilter when Ben goes, oh, I got unlucky. And then proceeds just combo you. It's like, what do you mean you got unlucky? You didn't like high roll me out the wazoo. You just high rolled me to a win.
Yeah.
It's like, God.
Or when he draws for turn and he like celebrates.
I think blue green or blue green Imperial is a better deck in a if you're gonna play a lot of rounds in a tournament. It's consistently just the Imperialdramon Floodgate, and you can do it like Sean's doing, where he's just toolboxing the top end.
Yes.
Using mirrors.
It's
almost like getting to that Mirage or the blue like good toolbox level of like annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good because you can actually not even play its own line at the top end. You can just play generic good like Magna X.
But they hit Stingamon, Brandon. They hit Stingamon in the ban list, so they can't draw their non-searchable top end.
Can't draw.
Okay, Sean, swing 1, draw. Unsuspend, swing.
Last night.
Draw.
Last night when I was messing around versus Chris, I had my Demi V, my Promo V, and another Demi V and a Promo V underneath a Pyodramon stack. I drew 6 cards. I killed him, but if I did not kill him, I could have evoed into a Magnex without passing turn and drawn 4 more cards.
Oh, and it swings twice, and some of them aren't once per turn.
Yeah, the Promo V-Mon is not once per turn. Yeah.
Craziness.
So good.
Yeah, it was great.
I do think, although conversely, I just said I think blue's better. I think that in the format that we're in, I was talking to Sean about this. There's a lot of security Digimon going around, and they're really annoying. Like
so annoying, dude.
So having a built-in way to just stop that shenanigans, just be like, okay, you're not playing anything when I check all this security from you.
Yeah, the built-in floodgate's pretty nice.
That's a plus for it. I think it makes it a better, like almost like anti-meta pick.
I honestly think that's the only reason it's even viable is because of the fighter mode. If it didn't have the fighter mode, I think it would still be like bad.
Because you can't clap back as easily either.
Like, because the combo, they can't OTK you. They can do like
it's definitely like a 2-turn kill.
Yeah, it takes them 2 turns to actually kill you, and if you can respond to their first turn, if they don't fighter mode you, they kind of just get blown out. JCMT1010, thank you for being a channel member. Went back and watched Brandon's deck profile speedrun, and I was cracking up. Please do more.
When you were just chucking them, fun. You look like you're so done with that deck.
My ruin modes.
Maybe
you saw like how dare he throw them on the.
That was how I was searching my deck when I played my memory boost last night with my Gallon X deck. I was just flipping the cards off the top of my deck and letting them hit the
No respect. None.
I did not have a good time.
How much fun.
Adaptive reasoning. I rebuilt Gamemon with the new support. 2/3 of the deck is new. It feels much better, although it still feels like it's missing a couple of pieces, namely another level 4 with an inheritable since the deck is moving away from passing effects up, and a new Proximamon. Well, at least we actually got the support on time for once. The new option card is nutty. The hero and Siriusmon are solid, and it's nice to have some protection that's not Bokomon. I can now bother Magnex slightly with the new Regulus. I shan't complain too much. I also built Adventure. That deck's ignorant. Glad they put a fence around it. Can you imagine if Phoenix got that Birdramon? And also, I did make this comment before I got to the part where Sean dunked on my Gams. I like that he's dumb and stupid. Look at him. He's a little dork baby that eats chocolate by the fistful and sometimes reverts back to evil and then evolves into Shadow the Edgehog. He is cringe. He is free.
You haven't seen Ghost Game, have you, Sean?
No. So I haven't watched most of Digimon.
Yeah, he's not a real fan, Josh.
So I love the IP, dude. I don't have to see it.
I was like such a hater on like Cross and such a hater on Appmon when I watched Ghost Game. I was really surprised with how much I actually liked Gamamon because he's got two bodies in his, like he's got like 2 souls in his body kind of, and he's like cute and happy and eats chocolate and he acts like a baby. But then he just tweaks the hell out, and then like his eyes get like all big, and he's like, "How dare you!" They swap personalities, and that's where he can go from the red one to the purple one.
Okay.
He's definitely got a lot more character than some of the other Digimon like partner protags.
You mean how like Japanese Agumon is just hungry.exe?
I like the Agumon from Tai's world. I don't like the Agumon from Marcus's. That seems like an indentured servant. That he's like, yes, boss, I'm gonna do what you say, boss. I'm gonna go get him, and you can beat him up for me.
Like, you beat me up. You beat me up in the first episode. I am now your slave.
I know. He's like, I respect you so much. It's like, I felt like there was like an imbalance in the partnership.
Yeah, I mean, Josh can talk to us about from like the Gamma experience. None of us have played real. No, Brand plays Adventure.
I showed Sean the option card is what makes the deck viable because you get to play on your opponent's turn if you ever tuck an effect.
Yeah, right. Were we playing for fun like Tuesday?
Yeah.
And you were doing stuff to me?
I think they did a really good job with a lot of those new option cards. Like even the Appmon one is cool. I like how the Adventure one, they all say just field. So like it's none of that restricted, oh, I hatch and my Tama doesn't match or my level 3 doesn't match. Just as long as it's got this trait, I can activate it. And I think that's really smart to do, especially just lock that in that archetype. I think that's fine.
It's like mini trap cards kind of.
Yeah.
Brandon, for your one, I never asked you this, but if you have like what's that Takuya and Koji that took tamers on, the memory setter
BT17
they took sources. If you have 5 hybrids under that and the delay option and they check another tamer out of security, you just be like Emperor Greymon on your opponent's turn. There you go.
Yep. It has to specifically be one of the 2 Emperor Greymons that have condition,
the alternate Evo condition.
By Brandon.
By Brandon.
That might be the funniest face he's made. Look at him.
Peace. Yeah, the promo Emperor that we just got as a box topper, and there's another one, I think. I forget which one it is. But yeah, you can Emperor your opponent.
I think it's 17. No. It's the one with all the Cope Susan. Yeah, we did. Oh, no, not 17. The one with the new Susan Ace.
We probably got one in like 2.0. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Okay. Yeah, 2.0. Yes, thank you.
But those multi-use delays, I think, just bring the defense of certain decks up like crazy. Like the Adventure one, that deck is nothing without the black option, I think.
Yeah.
I think you're just a fragile or wide deck.
If the black option didn't exist, the deck would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think the delay options they've introduced in the starter deck as well as BT21 remind me of the delay options we got in BT17 for like existing archetypes. Yep. Ashes Fall 9530. Sean, when is the Shine Greymon deck list coming? Hopefully soon. I'm still refining
when he's happy.
it. Huh?
He's happy with it. When you're happy with it.
I don't post a deck profile unless I am satisfied with the deck list, which sometimes means I never post a deck profile, even if I've worked on a deck for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just like, I can't. This doesn't feel coherent. But hopefully soon. I'm working on it. Justin So 8231. Emperor Drazel was a better antagonist than Emperor Palpatine.
Okay,
obviously,
Drazel's not a walking meme. Palpatine is a walking meme.
I was gonna say you clearly have never seen Palpatine do the Crip Walk in Fortnite. Okay.
Thankfully, I have not.
Yeah.
I'm not 12. I don't play Fortnite.
Drazel's just in Data Squad. I mean, he's in like the Digimon X movie.
Well, he's in the games too. Yeah, he's in the first one, Cyber Sleuth.
Cyber Sleuth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like media because I don't I never fought Palpatine except in like Battlefront where he like ran at me with lightning hands.
And he had the twirl so he could just run away whenever he got low. God, I hate it.
Just fly away.
I hated it.
Jim the Kid, he timestamped something and it was Brandon talking about his cat, and he said, was definitely for me. The whole podcast, my cats had zoomies, settled to watch the reveals for small reprieve, then back to running. Personally, I hate that this set was a pre-release worth going to, but also no one seemed to really understand Atmon stuff. Pulled Titamon signature in my pre-release packs, didn't play it, can't move it. Cry myself to sleep moments, am I right? Going to cope on Megidra until we get the rest of EX9 reveals where I return to my wolf in Gabu's clothing. Cope, please be good, Cope. I mean, Titamon in the pre-release? I would have played the hell out of that card if I pulled it in the pre-release. That thing would have been cracked.
Good for you if you have the promo Gigimons. I mean, Megidramon's not bad.
Promo Gigimons are affordable now. I mean,
yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, like a playset of cards for like $40, it's not that bad.
Not bad. No.
When the rest of the deck's like pennies, basically.
Feel on the EX9 reveals, I was telling Sean group chat, I was like, I'm so happy they released something that isn't the version cards, because that just gives me hope that it's not going to be all like EX1 and just be like, this is its own stuff, and you can't really play with anything but this.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't revert back to...
I'm not excited for Wind Guardians in any way.
Yeah. Ben was like, you're excited about Wind Guardians?
I was like, no, I'm not.
No, just excited that
they're
it's
showing
not...
other stuff.
Yeah, just something else.
Give me a Birdramon with on play and when Digivolving. EX9.
Maybe.
Yeah, so the timestamp was referring to when my cat fell asleep against me. So I showed it on camera.
What's your cat's name?
This is Doka, or Madoka for full name, her legal name.
Madoka.
But we call her
last name Magica?
No, not from Magica.
Okay.
It's funny, we always get that, but my wife actually named her kitty cat off of Beyblade. There's a character
from Beyblade? I know that is. Okay. Based.
But whenever she asks, she just doesn't feel like explaining it, so she goes, yeah, Magica, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. That's what it's from. I mean, my dog's name is Yugi.
Like
Yugi? Does he have a big mane?
It's a she, and no, she doesn't. She's
a
blue pit.
John sicked him on a small child and sent him to the Shadow Realm.
No, I didn't. She's a sweetheart.
The
She's never heard a fly.
The kid was crying, and Sean's like, "I can't handle this. Go ahead, Yugi. Send him to the Shadow Realm."
So I actually didn't name her.
And this makes it bite you.
Yeah.
I didn't name my dog. My wife did, and that was back. She's like 12 years old, and when we got her, I was actively playing Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, and she decided to name her Yugi. So that was her choice. Justin Soviet 231. Digimon Adventure 1, Tamers, and Data Squad are all better written than any Star Wars trilogy.
Okay.
Yo, what? So
Data
we're
Squad?
including.
Okay.
You
We're
sound like
including,
a hater. You sound like a hater.
I mean, I was
So we're
bashing Star Wars
including-
whenever we were talking on the pod last week.
So with that including the OG Star Wars trilogy, and those are legitimate cinema. 6 not so much, but
So
4
The
and
first
5.
3, they're like doing like what was it? Joseph Campbell, like the power of myth. They're like talking about like the hero's journey and like all that stuff in the first 3. Like they're like actually like supposed to be like artistic movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks is not the highlight of the prequels, but
The prequels.
Give me-
blow. You
give me
you can't
Jar Jar-
convince me-
you're old enough where you don't like the prequels. You didn't get to see the cultured take of like, you know what, you old fuddy duddies need to give this a chance. I have the high ground now.
I was a kid when it came out, and I was like, these movies are boring.
No, you needed to be a kid to where you didn't see it when it come out and could compare it to anything. You had to watch it in a vacuum.
Okay, yeah, you had to be a kid like after they came out, I guess.
And then you have Clone Wars, which is actually really good.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll put. I think the Clone Wars, the TV series, beats.
Oh, you're talking about
Digimon
the TV series. I thought you were
story.
talking about episode 2.
No, that's
mean-
the worst one of the 3.
No, Attack
Yeah.
of the Clones is the worst one. And then you even
Oh, that's right.
have
It's called Attack of the
Clone.
Clones. I forget because I hate
Yeah.
them.
Then you have the Clone Wars, which is probably Gendy Tartakovsky's like best work.
Mm. Like I
It's
think
so
that's better than Digimon for like if you want to watch something.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Meh.
Geno Grievous
An
going
actual
crazy,
monster.
and then that one clone trooper in the elevator just like, I'm gonna shoot him with a bazooka right here.
A problem? Loaded the problem solver.
The moral
I
of the
think you'd
story
actually
is
like
the
that.
prequels
I
are
think you'd like that show
terrible
if you
movies.
watch the. It's not even that long. It's not like a full series. It's just like almost like an OVA. It's like a special.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think
So
you would actually like it.
it's 2 parts. The first part is 15 to 5-minute mini stories, and then the second part is more extended, longer stories that are more connected to each other.
What streaming service is it on?
Disney Plus.
Or YouTube if you don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can watch it at 4x speed on YouTube, so...
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
gonna look crazy. It's gonna look so crazy with all
Well,
the clones and the Jedi running around.
Imagine him watching the Dirge Obi-Wan part at 4x speed.
No, just the
Oh,
part where
God.
General Grievous takes Shaggy and yeets him into the roof is going to be hilarious.
Oh, remember, 'cause he crushes him.
Oh, that's
He
right.
He grabs Kiadi by the face, or it might be Shock T. One of them throws them in the rafters.
So many words.
Oh, God.
We're big Star Wars fans.
Yeah, you guys literally
I mean,
missed Digimon locals to go watch a movie that came out 20 years ago.
We didn't miss. We skipped. That's what
We
it was.
skipped.
It was-
Whatever,
we
dude.
skipped.
You didn't go
I
to
have-
locals to go watch a movie that came out 20 years ago.
I have 3 lightsabers in frame.
So,
I have a Kylo, a Luke, and a custom built.
Miss me with that, dude. IDBW 1274. Me explaining how to use the BT16 Soul Lugar. Brandon. Yup, words.
My reply. Correct.
Yeah. That's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them. Warrior NK. Maybe if fans are willing and you don't own the cards, they can mail their deck to a PO box for you to pilot at your locals and be showcased on your channel as we explore uncharted territory.
What a risk.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to get a PO box to do that, and then someone would have to be willing to ship me the cards, and then I have to pay to ship it back to them.
It's not one person sending you a full deck. It's like your whole community be like, "All right, I got the rookies. I got the rookies for this set.
The
Send them in.
fours, yeah.
Someone contribute. They got to get the option cards."
Thankfully, I could probably borrow most of the decks between Josh, Ben, Chris, and Brandon that I would want to play. I don't think there's much that we could not build between all of us.
We also don't overlap much. Like what we want to play.
Surprisingly,
I think the most overlap was like we're like, hey, you want to build Medusa? I was like, yeah, I want to build Medusa. And then Chris was like, I'm gonna build Medusa too.
Yeah, like three of us wanted to build Medusa, but that's like the biggest overlap we've ever had.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Also, Josh, just remembered I got this. I wanted to show it to you.
Oh my god, no one
dropped
cares.
it. It's bad.
Nerd.
I actually just got the anniversary Dooku.
Well, it's no longer mint because I watched you drop it on the floor.
It's still in the box.
It's not mint in box.
I opened my figures because I'm not some fuddy-duddy.
Yo, what if you want to sell them in 30 years for like $1,000?
I'll have kids.
My Han Solos are perfectly fine in box. All 10 of them.
You said Han. I thought you said aunt.
No,
Aunt.
Han Solo.
I keep her in a box. I leave all my pops in their boxes because I think they're just good little display boxes.
Yeah, they're perfectly as they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are some that I don't open. Like, I have this one sitting out because I'm still unpacking some of my figures and stuff. Josh, not this Josh, Crestview Josh, actually bought this for me. It is the Ralph concept art Vader and Obi-Wan, and they have like the classic weird flashlight-looking lightsaber designs. That was like a Disney Store exclusive he got for my birthday one year. So
his robe being blue is weird.
That's
really
cool.
Odd.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on, you can see some of the art here, where Vader has like that really angular helmet, and
yeah.
Obi-Wan just looks like some generic old white dude. So
That's not Alec
Hey.
Guinness.
this thing's awesome.
They got the Vader dog muzzle look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like his robe is also like blue because it's shaded to look like the concept art itself.
I'm not sure. Geo Rex ZX 3780. V Tamratai had Agumon before Vidramon. Yeah,
Good to know.
That's good to know. Whatever it is, the Vmon that I use in my decks in my headcanon is not the Vmon from season 2. Let the record show. It's a completely different one that is not from New York.
Mm-hmm. It's the Sean's Vmon.
Yeah, it's my Vmon. Kyle Newey.
Oh,
What
yeah,
accent are you giving?
You're not the Sean. You're Digi Sean.
Correct.
Yeah. Are you giving your Vmon
Do what?
accent? You have to give him an accent.
No, I don't.
Vmon has an accent.
He speaks with no
Yeah,
accent.
make him like German.
No.
No, make him German or like
I would
Russian.
hate that.
The other one's from like New Jersey or like a New York accent almost.
Yeah.
English
Like, imagine
dubbing?
him talking. This is gonna be a niche reference for me and Chris. Imagine him talking like Red Guardian.
That'd be
It's
fun.
not that niche, my guy.
Stingmon now.
There's a lot of marketing for that
With-
movie. It's
with-
not niche.
DNA in the Pyldra.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know how he talks.
He looks at where money.
be
I
great.
love this guy.
Yeah.
This guy
Perfect.
best drinking buddy.
Kyle Newey 9278. Sean, build Black War Gray with Medieval. See how it goes.
When the new Cyber Sleuth set comes out, I feel like Sean's probably going to cook something up with either Black or Gray, Gaiomon, or like some Medusa build with those included.
Yeah, Medieval Black War Gray.
Just gonna throw Medieval in it.
I mean, you could do something now. It would be like super anti-meta with Black War and Medieval. It's
Yeah.
like,
Or hate.
yeah,
But we got confirmed Gaiomon support, and Gaiomon supports Black or Greymon, so
that is
hopefully
true.
in the future there's actual deck.
Yeah.
I don't know, Josh, if you're aware of the meme, but Sean is hoping and coping hard that we're gonna get a Black War Greymon that acts like a Medieval Gallant. Or
Oh no, he's been talking. Yeah, we were talking about it as soon as me, Sean, and Ben were watching the live stream for Worlds, and we were the reveal for the big, what was it, Digimon card? It wasn't Card Fest. It was something else.
Whatever it was
Oh,
called.
just
yeah.
DigiFest.
Yeah, it was
That's
just
what
some a DigiFest. Yeah, And as soon as we saw the reveal for was EX10, we started talking about it, and Sean's like, I just want it to be like, you can reduce the play cost for like however many tamers they have, and then you can pop tamers or something. Just give, like, basically put Medieval Gallantmon and, is it BT01 or BT2?
BT2 Black War.
BT2 Black War Greymon and fuse them together.
That'd be sick.
Just a splashable, like, red-black card you can put in anything.
It'd be so good. It would be so awesome. Yeah, because the original Black War secret could reduce his own play cost. If your opponent had, I think it's 10,000 DP or higher Digimon, he was a 7-drop. He just didn't do anything.
I would like there to be more tamer removal, just generically. So it'd be cool to have like your opponent has 3 tamers. I can drop this for 5 memory and kill them all.
That'd be pretty sick, dude. He'd be the best secret rare in the game. Because you know he's going to be a secret rare.
He's the box. He's going to be the box like main Digimon for the villain set.
He better be tier 1.
They make him trash again.
I'm so annoyed, dude. Kalanui 9278, you're going to get the Medusa SPs. They're going for 230 at the moment. I was debating on getting the Medusa lines to build. I think I eventually will, but right now I'm prioritizing decks that I'm actually going to build this format, and Medusa's not at the top of the list.
You played it, Chris. What do you think?
I think it's okay. I think it suffers from a lot of problems that just red decks suffer from. I definitely think it needs another line, or I
was watching you play, and you went boom, got him to like 1 security, and you're like, oh, I did my whole thing.
It's definitely very explosive, but if they can answer you back, if they can immediately answer your deck, you've pretty much lost, or your stack. They answer that immediately, and you don't kill them in that one go, and they answer you. It's very hard to come back. 'Cause that's Red's problem. Is like, I can hit you for a lot of damage, but if you respond, it's going to take me a while to come back.
You're glass cannon.
Yeah. And that's exactly what's wrong with that deck. It has no protection, 0. Yeah, it's like, hey, I kill you or I lose.
It does have protection when it's attacking.
Yeah, when it's attacking.
Unfortunately, you can't attack on your opponent's turn, though.
True.
Yet.
Yeah,
that's in the rules. You cannot legally declare an attack on your opponent's turn.
Well, it's also the rules you can't have more than 4 copies of a card, and they print things that say don't care. Ignore that rule.
Yep. That's actually a good point. They can.
I was actually talking to Ben last night. Yeah, I was talking to Ben last night. Like, they could make a Perperial Tamer of Davis and Ken or something like that. That has like the ability, if you like Digivolve or do something during your opponent's turn, you can tap this and legally declare an attack.
That would be awful.
They did
That'd be stupid.
With training. They just printed a whole new keyword to let you interact with the breeding area.
Yeah,
yep.
you activate an effect from your breeding area. It's really weird.
It's only a matter of time before we get more cards that break the rules.
Imagine acing your opponent on your turn.
They had like a bunch of like, oh, this effect is happening in the breeding area type stuff with like Royal Knights and the D Reaper stuff.
Yeah.
Or not the D Reaper.
Entirety.
What is it? Demon Lord stuff.
Yeah, Demon
I feel like it's like when they started printing Chaosmon, where he's like, this Digimon can unsuspend and then attack. Even though the memory pass over there, let's just make it a keyword. I think that's what training is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so far all of EX9 has just been like, interact with the breeding area of this.
Yes.
I think he said set.
He did. Your ISP is hot garbo, dog.
So I have some good news. I've noticed that areas in my neighborhood are starting to get marked off, and I'm seeing advertisements for AT&T's fiber. So I'm of the belief I might be getting fiber in my area soon.
Congratulations on stepping into the 21st century, dude. I'm very happy for you. I can't imagine not having fiber.
It's actually such a blessing when you get access to different internet providers.
Our last area was fiber, and I live 5 minutes down the road from our last house.
Just a road just screwing you over.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like whether or not the fiber's in the physical ground. It's not like they can just turn it on. They have to put it in there.
Which is why I think they're out there marking the water lines and stuff like that because I think they're getting ready to go out there and do it.
Yeah, they have
But
to bury it.
I'm expecting it probably by 2026 because you know how these companies are with dragging their feet. It's like GTA.
That game's never coming out.
2026.
Gotta keep it top.
$100. It's gonna be $100.
Disaster, which this is AJ. He says he owns 4 LMAO. I talked to him about this, and he was referring to Caleb. Caleb was playing 4 Medusas whenever I played him. He just never saw one.
Them.
Yeah. Never got to play him. Sad.
Yikes.
Shady Water 7, which is Josh. You also invest everything into your Galacticmon defense and then run into any yellow or DP minus deck equals sad.
That was just me playtesting. You guys were talking about how viable Galactimon was.
Dude, the only people that are saying it's viable are people in my comments, because I definitely didn't say that.
Tessero's playing it on stream, and they have a good, like, solid list that's, like, floating around of, like, what a good Galactimon list looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And, like Chris was saying, there's a lot of tamers, and he's eating good, killing all them tamers. And, I mean, this ain't nothing to shake at, but I was making Galactimon, like, he was a little boy compared to my Gamamon, because I was just like, okay, kill it. Okay, kill it again. Okay, kill it again. Okay, raid, retail into it. You gotta stop my attack. End on Aproxia. Okay, kill it. And that's enough to get rid of it. But they can build back up into a stack really quickly. But like I said, if you have either ways to kill it, you need to at least kill it like 3 or 4 times in your own turn. Or like when I was playtesting it in PCGO, you run into a yellow deck, you just cry. You're just like, all this, I have like 8 Vemmon under it, all the perfect inheritables. I have Ragnarok Cannon ready. They're just like, or you can kill it.
All right, hear me out. You DNA into Pyodramon and strip all the Vemmons.
Well, they have strip protection, don't they?
I think if they evo into the
it's like
Galactimon, their stuff can't be like any of their sources or things can't be trashed.
And they can't be de-evoed?
Yeah, it's like mega protection for that.
For 1 turn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Just hear me out. What if I just teched in HJ in Adventure?
You could.
HJ? It's pretty good.
A lot of colors.
You just
and
play
I play
like
a lot of green cards.
Yeah, you just play like Palmon and Togemon instead of like the Bertramon line for your warpers.
I already do.
Yeah, he's already playing those.
I already do.
Everyone likes the alterns instead of the plus 2000 B.
Yep.
It's really good because I was talking to Sean about this also. I think Shin removal is like becoming a premium almost.
Yeah, it's really good because they keep introducing cards that say immune to your opponent's Digimon effects. It's like it's gonna continue to get better. It's forcing people to start having to play options again. People haven't gotten the memo yet though, so it's not really a thing yet, but it eventually will be one if they keep doing it.
HJ is not separatable, right? You have to hit 1 target.
It's separate. It's like
it's instances of 6K, and you can divvy them up every one. It's like BT2 Shine.
You get 6K bullets and just go kill that doubly.
I did that to Ben like last Tuesday, or were we testing? No, we were testing online, and I HJ'd his board and it completely cleared like 4 dudes.
Yeah, because literally any tamer gives me access to HJ.
This is a ruling question, Sean. Mm-hmm. Is the black option an adventure? Ben was saying it was interruptive, so like if it would be deleted, you play it out.
That's interruptive. So
if you minus it by DP, do you have to finish that whole effect first?
You would. Also, there's 2 reasons why. So if it's a removal option that's like, let's say a red option that just blows it up, you could trigger the adventure option immediately because it's interruptive, so like before it would actually be deleted. But for DP minus,
you have to finish your option.
The rules processing has to apply for it to actually die. So like nothing actually is getting targeted for removal until after the full effect is finished. Either way, though, the guy coming into play isn't going to be able to activate until after the fact. Yeah, fun fact.
What he said.
God, I hate that option, dude. That option's so good.
good.
I'm happy because I see so many people. Like anytime I see a list posted like in the group and stuff, they're playing like
They
one
have
or two
all
copies,
purple.
and I'm like, dude, this deck sucks.
They're running the memory boost one instead.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're only playing like one or two of
Yeah.
those options. This is easy peasy. Good luck seeing it.
I cut the mem boost and maxed out on the draw.
It's just better.
It's just better.
The
The
delay
little
effect
mini
is
biting
busted.
crush. That's better than Biting Crush.
Yeah.
Said don't touch my stuff.
Unless they you in that case.
Yeah, but you can play the 5s for like without a source.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every
Here's the
time
cost.
they're just like, oh, de-evo your Metal Garu. And I'm like, okay. Take your memory, I guess.
Yeah, get decimated. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. The Star Wars prequels are all better than 7 through 9. They were more original and didn't have gaping plots holes.
Also, they were directed by the same.
Yeah.
It was one vision.
I know.
Here's the
other
deal,
three's
though.
like-
They're written very poorly, but the story is very good.
I said this last week, I'm pretty sure, but if a movie is entertaining, I am willing to forgive plot holes and stuff if I can just enjoy the movie for the entertainment value. The prequels are boring as hell. Even as a child,
It's a lot of politics.
yeah, it's like nothing. It's like hours of politics just talking. Like I'm like, who wants to watch this, dude?
We gotta set up the trade line, Sean. The
Oh my God,
Federation.
shut the hell up. So while
The
while I
tariffs,
will
Sean.
agree,
The tariffs.
I gotta know if Viceroy Gunray is gonna beat the allegations and get his mining facility up on Naboo.
that's what happens when George Lucas is unchecked. He's just like, dude, I want to talk about politics for 2 hours. I'm gonna do it.
I feel like the moments are so good though in the prequels where it's like in the first movie they're just like, we gotta get out of here. Let's use super speed. Poof. And they just take off. Like it's stupid in
Never use it
retrospect.
again.
Never done again.
Whatever. So they're entertaining. There's not really a lot of boring parts in the sequels. If someone edited down the prequels to where they were just like the cool stuff and edited out all the boring stuff that's basically filler for a 2.5 hour movie, which is really ridiculous.
What's this filler in my movie?
Yeah,
I want the canon.
You can
I want the
cut
canon
out most of
material.
that stuff that's boring, and it would not impact the movie or the plot at all. Like they are needlessly bloated with boring stuff. They'd probably be okay movies, but unfortunately,
Need it all.
Huh?
Need it all.
You literally
We're trying to set up a galaxy here.
No, you're not. The world has already been built. They're not actually the first 3 movies.
Trying to
Technically,
set up
they're building the lore of the world
the
because it's a
empire.
prequel.
Yeah, we're trying to build the
whatever.
empire here, Sean.
You know, fun fact, apparently George Lucas wanted to have a bunch of politic talks in the first 3 movies.
Yeah, they talked
and
it
it's
down.
fair.
Yeah, he
They
got
said, "You're not
talked
gonna
out of
make any
it.
money off of this."
He got talked out of it.
But
Imagine,
those-
dude, if those
those
first
made
3
money.
movies were boring like that, I bet you Star Wars is
It would have
nothing.
faded into
Yeah.
obscurity. The problem is they made a ton of money, so they're like, you can do whatever you want now. And he's like, I'm gonna do my political jargon.
I'm gonna put
Let's
my
go.
politics into this.
Uh,
Everyone
I
wants
want
to see
to tell
this is
people.
interesting.
I want to tell people why the Vietnam War was fucked. Oh my bad, it was bad.
Like he sneaks a little bit of it, just like a bit in episode 4 when they have that scene where all the Imperials are sitting in the table and they're like, "Oh, the Imperial Senate," and they've just been disbanded. Like he sneaks a little bit in, but yeah, it's not nearly
It's
as
nothing like the
prominent.
prequels. The prequels are like there's probably close to 2 hours total of just politics, like across all 3 movies.
Yep.
And that's a lot.
Now when I was in the theaters watching episode 3 and I saw the rise of Palpatine and he's talking about how he got disfigured and then people are like, "Oh no, this is how democracy dies." Did I sit there and have a moment in my head going, "Oh, this is kind of real right now, isn't it?"
That would have been a scene I left in
Maybe.
if I were cutting it down. That was one of the only political scenes that was worth leaving in the movie.
Listen, all I'm saying is
I hit a
someone
little close to
tried.
home right now.
Someone took a little shot at somebody, missed, but hit his ear, and let's just say it just went up from there. You know, Palpatine got disfigured, and now he has full control. I mean,
Right.
Brandon,
You guys were telling me how you hated the Palpatine Returns plotline, and when I was watching the movies, I didn't really care too much because I was like, okay, I just want to see Rey beat him and whatever. But what I do really, really hate in like retrospect is all of the Star Wars media trying to make sense of this after the fact. They've snuck it into the live action stuff. They snuck it into like the Mandalorian stuff. They snuck it into the Bad Batch Clone Wars stuff. Like, stop trying to make up for this bad decision. It's just forget about it.
I will agree. All three of those movies being, I think the first one and the third one were the same director, right?
Yeah.
No, they're all three different.
No, they're all different directors.
JJ came back.
Okay.
He didn't direct it.
For three?
Well, he like co-wrote it or whatever.
Yeah.
He co-wrote it and directed it.
Okay. So he had to figure out how to fix what happened after the second one, because I think that director like basically
he said, I want to see Luke Skywalker fight a big AT-AT.
Yeah, the guy that did the second one, he's the one that screwed the pooch on the entire story because...
Don't start, please don't. Brandon, listen, this has already been long enough. Brandon will lose it. We'll be here for another hour.
I saw that little head tilt. Like,
episode 8 is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It definitely doesn't have one of the worst fight scenes in all of Star Wars. Go ahead, Sean. What's the next comment question?
Benjamin Wiseman, 6567. I love that EX9 is honoring the original V-Pets. I'm very skeptical of the decks, though, and hate that they seem to be yet another self-contained archetype that will likely be another terrible EX deck.
Yep.
Looking like EX1.
I mean, we still haven't seen any of the payoff for having a billion face-down sources. Maybe they're
generic enough, though. Yeah. They are generic. That's why I was saying I wouldn't mind having a Birdramon that like does something on playing with Digivolving. Because what did the Angemon do? He gives Sec minus or...
I don't remember. They're all forgettable at this point. I'm just waiting for the Megas to come into play because obviously I'm assuming the Megas are going to be like kind of busted.
Also, wanted to show this off. She's sewing the Full Metal Alchemist symbol into
Full Metal Alchemist.
Is that the one where the girl and the dog are put together?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up.
One of the best shows. It's not messed up in any way.
That's all I know about that show.
Dog's response was, "Isn't that the one where the dog will get fused?"
People were mad when that episode came out in the OG show.
That is all. I've never watched it.
But yeah, Sean, the thing says you tuck a face down card under it, and it minuses 3000 DP and gives it sec minus. So it's just a generic Angemon.
That's not too bad. Hopefully the Megas are actually going to be good. That's where ideally the actual payoff is, but we'll see.
I want to know if it's going to have the ability to unflip the cards and any non-Digimon just get like trashed or something.
I mean, they could stay in the sources. There's nothing stopping an option or a tamer from being in your sources. I
want it to be surprise bucks.
Surprise! I have jamming.
Say you randomly tuck like 4 cards while you're getting up to a mega.
Yeah.
Then it says flip them over, and if any of them are this, play them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The mega's gonna flip them out, and then some will have inheritables, and then some will be like, if it's this, you can play it out or something.
It'll be like the Tamagotchi when your Tamagotchi hatches and you just get something. It might be good, it might be bad.
Yeah, that'd be kind of lit.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like imagine these archetypes are format warping because of that.
You tuck a medieval Gallimon, and then when you get to your mega, you get to poof them out for free.
That'd be sick.
They would definitely archetype lock it. They would have to be. You could play a version card.
No, screw that, dude. That's bad.
The secret where Greymon can play anything.
That's right.
All Digimon are linked together.
Yeah, we're all in this together. Tony Pino 18. Creepymon is a pretty awful secret, and what's crazy is Creepy and Paladin mode was in the same set.
Yep.
Yes.
We were talking about the best secrets. Those are definitely the worst secrets.
Yeah, those are by far the 2 worst secrets in modern. you could make arguments. Well, actually, no, I don't think you can, because even 1.0, 1.5, like
I
those
could play.
at the time, those
I
were
could play
playable.
the secrets. Yeah.
Yeah,
Vidramon was playable. Like
Metal
Black
Greymon
War
was playable. Black War was the only one that wasn't playable, I think, out of all of those.
Because things didn't have high enough DP back then, so you could never produce it consistently.
Yeah, it just, and putting them on the field, I'm just like, okay, here's 4 memory.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get another turn before I try to clear your board.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm passing
fair,
turn with this, and it doesn't do anything.
Oh, you had a Gaia Force? All right, cool.
Oh, you had an Omnimon to go into? Oh, dope. I'm glad I spent that memory on this. J Stewart 00. EX9 comes out on my birthday.
Nice.
Congrats.
Well, hopefully it's a good one.
Get yourself a box for your birthday.
That reminds me, I got my 4th Alt Art Ruin out of the Elm set that my wife bought me for Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
I pulled.
That's the only thing that's
4.
like worth anything in there.
It is. It was the only thing I wanted to get out of the set, and I got one, and it was the 4th one, so I never had to buy any. I just pulled all 4 of them out of the boxes.
Nice.
It's pretty dope. That was the last one.
Indeed.
Nice. All right, Brand, do this thing. I have to go to the bathroom so bad, and these dogs need to be.
You guys
let
can't
out.
hold your bladder? What's going on?
I can.
Right?
So, I drink a Monster when I wake up, and then I drink basically 2 of these.
Dude, you gotta get your salt content. I drank this when I woke up because I need caffeine. And I'm drinking like 4 of these.
Did you just say you drink a Sprite because you needed caffeine?
Yeah, I was up late because the dogs were barking because it was storming last night.
Are you aware there's no caffeine in that?
There's no caffeine?
No caffeine.
Yeah, there's no caffeine in Sprite.
There's never been
tastes sugary.
caffeine in Sprite.
Right, there's no caffeine.
It's the placebo effect.
Well,
At a
I
late
don't
night.
I don't drink coffee, so I just
Me neither.
The idea of something having caffeine is enough
diet
for you.
sody. Yeah, I'm not locked in. Like y'all are slaves to caffeine.
No, dog. I drink a Monster every morning when I wake up.
I could take a sugar pill and be energized for the rest of the day.
My coffee is a Monster.
I stick to water or milk.
I like milk.
Yeah.
I stopped liking milk when I found
apparently-
out blood and pus is in it.
That's what makes it good.
That's
Yeah,
a risk you
flavor.
take when you drink milk.
Yeah.
That's the flavor, man.
We as a race were like, hey, I get what that baby's getting now.
Excellent.
I love how we just didn't move, just unmovingly.
Okay, I can't wait to eat lunch.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yep,
right.
I'm gonna see you boys. I'm going to the bathroom and I'm gonna eat.
All right.
All
I
right,
do have
later.
to let these peppers out. Thanks for inviting me.
All
It
right.
was fun.
Thanks
Yes,
for being
sir. We'll
Yeah.
see you guys Tuesday.
on. See ya.
I actually
later.
won't be there Tuesday.
Alright, see you Friday
What the hell,
then.
dude?
I know. I said that my parents are coming
He said-
later today. and
Yeah.
I'll be there.
You said yesterday. Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah. Well, no, this is different. I have like a work related. I have to go to Niceville and I have to have a dinner on
Oh,
Do
Tuesday.
okay.
you even play this game anymore?
Yeah, what the heck? Alright.
It's like a whole like week, 2 weeks and off, basically.
Yeah.
Alright. Bye.
Yeah, later.
Later.
Later.